Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Hazelisia Tarot. I am your tarot reader Stephanie, and today's reading is why you are attracted or drawn to this particular person on your mind. So we're going to be doing an in-depth reading on what exactly draws you to this person or what keeps you coming back, and how you play a role in this or what they may even think of you. We have 5 piles here for you today. We have pile 1, amethyst and unicorn. Pile 2, we have carnelian and phoenix. Pile 3, we have lapis lazuli and oyster. Pile 4, we have smoky quartz and dragon. And pile 5, we have chaorite and the panther. So take a moment, take a few deep breaths, think about your person, allow the light and universe to come through, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the amethyst and the unicorn for the person that you are drawn to, we're going to figure out why you're drawn to them. And I have 2 very different songs for the person in mind, or I guess the connection between you and your person. It could be seen that way. The first one, I do not know who sings it, but I used to hear it all the time back when I was in my indie phase. And the lyric that's coming through is, "When the full moon turns white, that's when I'll come home." I forget who sings it. I'll try to look it up and leave a link for the video or the song in the comments. But something about the full moon turning white, something about the moon in general. The second song coming through was Amy Winehouse's Valerie, which is a cover of some other band, but it's Amy Winehouse's version coming through. So something about the moon and something about Valerie is a song about being... It's about asking about a girl named Valerie, like how she used to do all these things and they're wondering what they're up to now. So I'm not sure if this person on your mind is somebody that you see very often or somebody that you maybe thought about in the past. I feel like they're no longer in your life, or they're not as in your life as you would like them to be. Of course, Valerie could also reflect you if this person, like I said, doesn't see you a lot. But let's go ahead and get the oracles for your person. We have the womb. Interesting. I was getting a very feminine energy from this unicorn in particular. So it could be a woman or somebody with like very soft energy. Like even if it's a man, they have a very delicate, soft energy about them, something very tender and sensitive. And the womb makes me think that they may have had a child, regardless of whether they carried the child or not. So I am letting you know this is supposed to be gender neutral, the person you're thinking about, but the energy is coming through very feminine. We also have the channeler. I'm going to have to censor this, even though it's a beautiful card. The channeler, collective, mission, understanding, 53. Whoever this person is, they themselves could be a channeler. And I was getting that with the unicorn, because whenever I think of the horn, a unicorn, it's I always believe it as a connection to the divine, because unicorns are horses, but with like a more ethereal presence. So this person, there's something magical about them. There's something very soft about them, but also something nurturing here with the womb. They could also be very creative. Next card we have is Expansion, Outer World, number 24. Sorry, I'm trying to censor this, so I need to find a crystal. There we go. We have Outer World, Blossoming and Doing. Whoever this person is, you see them as somebody who is accomplishing many great things. Like if they are literally a channeler, I feel like they may have a soul's calling in life, like a spiritual mission that you are aware about, and maybe you're wondering what they've been up to, or maybe you used to see them and you used to have a lot of spiritual talks with this person, because there's a chance that if you're here, you yourself are very spiritual as well. Pile 1. We also have Storyteller. Light attribute, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Yeah, this person really has a lot to say about you, or you may have a lot to say about them. I feel like most of the stories are going to be very reflective though. I'm hearing self-reflective. Like when they think back on you, they think of a lot of things that they have learned, or a lot of the experiences that you and this person may have had, mostly because they've been very otherworldly, or rather psychic. Maybe you both developed your psychic intuitiveness together, or maybe you sought it out from them more and then you eventually developed yours, because I am getting a sense of like kinship or sisterhood here, because this person, like I said, very feminine energy, but they do not have to be feminine, of course. We also have Pisces, Imagination, Wisdom. Take a walk on a rainbow. Reality is not always a space you need to inhabit. What worlds can you create in your mind's eye? Imagination can inflate your fears, but it can also be used to piece together exciting new ideas and possibilities. Yeah, this person's very magical, which shouldn't surprise me because he did choose the amethyst and the unicorn. So this person they're going places with their magical ability, and I think you can tell that. And maybe they have fallen out of your life, because I am getting a degree of separation here. So either you don't see them too often, or maybe you only think about them every now and then whenever something particular pops up for you. But whoever this person is, highly intuitive. They might literally be a channeler, or maybe they've given you a lot of very intuitive and insightful advice before, and you're wondering what they're up to now, if they've ever done anything with their life. I am getting the feeling that if they have, it's on a very quiet note. They're definitely always expanding. They're definitely always trying to reach for the stars, I'm hearing. They're always reaching for like new depths of consciousness. They're always looking for like a deeper connection to the divine, as well as their internal world. It's like they're trying to connect both their internal world with the divine and understand that it is all part of one thing. This person does not like to be an earthling, is what I'm hearing, because I'm trying to tap into their more current bodily third dimension kind of energy, and they do not like it. Like, this person really likes to live in another realm, is what I'm hearing. So I'm not sure if they're like big on substance usage or anything, but there's definitely a feeling here that they do not like to be grounded, and maybe you were a very grounding presence to them, or I don't know. It's like they do think of you from time to time. I really do feel that. I feel like part of yourself could also be reflected in this person. I feel like you both may have had a similar route, I want to say, like a similar path, where you both are expanding and you both channel, but you did it differently. And we'll see how differently it is when I pick your cards. But they could be a Pisces, of course. I'm actually getting very strong Pisces from them, even though I don't typically take these cards to mean that that's their sign. But because we have such magical cards here, this person is always unfolding new information for other people, or bringing an elevated sense of wonder to the people around them. I'm not sure what kind of profession they may have. I feel like they could easily be like a therapist or a counselor. In some cases, maybe even something more physical, like a yoga instructor, or I'm hearing Pilates as well. Maybe they do both. But this person really likes to help people. Like, I feel like that through people, they ground themselves and they're able to understand their human experience a little bit more. Because this person, like I said, does not like to be in the 3D. Very different from me, because I do resonate with some of this stuff, but like I'm a little bit more in my body. With the womb, though, this person is very creative. I feel like they're always creating something or always starting something, whether it's a business venture or like an idea, a project, some kind of self-help group I'm hearing, or not a self-help group. What am I thinking of? A support group. That's what I'm thinking of, a support group. They really identify very strongly with the people around them. So whenever I'm referring to their self, I'm actually referring to the people around them. They may have a very particular group of friends, or like I'm hearing a vibe tribe, like that kind of thing going on, because they really like to experience the world through other people. And they might tend toward codependent. They might lean toward codependency, but I don't know, they have a hard time admitting that they do, or maybe they try to be a little bit more individualist, especially if they are a parent. I feel like they try to be a very strong parent, a very strong mother or father here, but they do eventually end up like becoming a little too enmeshed in their children's lives. Like they might carry a lot of emotional weight for them. That is one thing that I feel keeps them very grounded, or keeps them, like I said, in the 3D. With storyteller, though, they always have something good to say about everybody that they meet and that they have met. Because I feel like they are in and out of people's lives quite often. Because whenever I think of a unicorn, I think of somebody that is very hard to capture or very hard to pin down. So they might come in and out of people's lives, but they always have something good to say. And even if they have something negative to say, they'll always frame it in a way that at least it was a lesson learned. So don't think that they have anything bad to say about you. I doubt it, because I'm actually, when I'm tapping into their energy towards you, it's very loving. But let's go ahead and get your cards. I'm going to live shuffle your cards, pile one, because I originally didn't want to do like a person A and B style, but I kind of need confirmation of who is who here. This is of course, the vibe check. So if none of this is resonating for your person, you can go ahead and click any of the 4 other piles. So for my person, my pile 1, we have the threshold. Yeah, you definitely represented a very important chapter in their life. I'm not sure if you began it or if you ended it, or that's not the way to put it. Like you came either at the end of it or at the beginning of it, or maybe both. I feel like you represent a very particular time in their life when they were going through something, and I feel like they've changed since then. If you were to see them again, there would be aspects that are still the same, of course, but they're going to be a little bit less grounded is what I'm hearing, because you definitely brought a lot of grounding to them. I'm going to get a card for these. They came out with 2, but I'm only going to try and get 1 for you. Pile 1. We have self-inquiry, 15, reflection, purpose, and individuation. It's interesting that I said that you may mirror this person's path, because look what we have here, like a mirroring image of this woman. So I feel like you two have gone through similar experiences, or you are cut from the same cloth. Like I said, they identify a lot through the people they surround themselves with. So it wouldn't surprise me that if whenever you were with them, you kind of thought of them as a sibling, or as like a, yeah, because I'm hearing soul sister, soul brother, something to that effect, where you know that you two are, or were. I feel like you still are. I feel like you still are both the same kind of person. You're both very spiritual, but also both very loving. But there's a difference here, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. So let's go ahead and get an archetype card for my pile 1. Fool. Fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. I'm not getting too much that you are a fool. I'm getting the fool's journey from the tarot, the first card, the number 0. When you two met, I feel like you were at the beginning of your journey. Yeah, believe it or not, I feel like they were part of this threshold for you too. Like you represented an era in their life, a beginning and an ending, but they were also a beginning for you. Mostly a beginning. I don't think an ending. I am going to read whether you will, how you will interact further with this person, because I'm getting very strongly that you don't do so right now. And I kind of want to see why. Let me get your astro card. Because it's like, I feel like you would have been like a step or a few steps below them, or maybe they initiated you into this particular lifestyle, or they taught you a lot about spirituality. Yeah, they could have been a mentor, or you could have just have both been in like the same type of class, or you were both learning the same thing. But I feel that you thought you were way below them in some aspect, and that they were way ahead. And what I'm hearing is that even if that was the case, because this person could be older, this person could be just a lot more naturally intuitive than you, you represented something that they couldn't have. And they think about you from time to time. So let me get your card. We have identity, ascendant. A star rises in the east. You are developing a key factor of your identity or personality. This impacts other people, but it is also an affirmation of what is important to you. Allow for a new beginning. Remember, you are unique, and find your self-assurance. So I feel like they helped you form a part of your identity. Because what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing Hagrid and Harry Potter saying, "You're a wizard, Harry." Like, I feel like they may have been somebody who explained to you exactly what you are or what gift you possess, and you may have not understood that you had that. Let me get a card for the animal. I almost wonder if, like, whoever chose this pile may know me, because I almost want to say this is very similar to an energy I embody, or used to embody, or may embody, I don't know. Because this person is definitely very psychic, very spiritual, very magical, and very hard to pin down. That's the biggest thing. And I've noticed this about psychics, like the really good psychics or energy healers, they are not the easiest to book or to afford. So if that is the case, maybe you just fell out of their circle because you could no longer afford them, or maybe they moved and you never really heard about where they ended up going. So let's get your animal card, pile 1. We have the swan. This person thought you were very beautiful, but also notice the mirroring image here. We have a swan here and a swan here. I feel like this person was meant to mirror a very important aspect of your soul back to you, pile 1. And that's part of the reason they're coming through in this reading, whether you were thinking of them or not. I feel like some of you may not have expected this person to come through. And maybe you stuck around just to see if this is who you think it was. And yes, this person is somebody who was very nurturing in your own endeavors to your spiritual practice. I feel like I said, they let you know what it is that you were, because I'm thinking of all the people that I've told in the past that they also have the gift and the ability to be very intuitive, that they could be psychic if they develop their skill, because it really is a muscle. And maybe this person may have told you something similar. And I feel like part of the reason you're here in this reading right now, in this particular pile, is that this person's higher self is coming through to remind you who you are. That if you haven't been developing your intuitive skills, they're urging you to do so, even if you're no longer in contact with them. I feel like this person, one of their higher self is probably a spirit guide to you in some aspect, or maybe they used to be, and they're kind of pinging back right now like, hey, remember, you're supposed to be on this journey. So take that if you want, pile one. I'm not here to tell you that you should, be developing your spiritual gift if you don't want to. That's your own personal journey, and that's up to you and your comfort level. But this person definitely reflected back to you all the things that you could be. Because I'm just seeing a conversation between you and this person, and you thinking or saying that, wow, they're just so gifted, they're so awesome, I wonder if I could ever be like that. And they were probably like, yes, I think you're also, a healer or a psychic and intuitive. Like, they probably talked a lot about your energy as well, and that's probably why you're thinking of them, like you're wondering if your energy is still that way. It's actually developed a lot, pile one, because with the ascendant, I'm looking at this arrow pointing up. I feel like you've definitely ascended to a much higher level of spirituality that they may not have even thought. Quite honestly, if you were to see this person again, you would either be right at each other's level or pretty close. And I don't like to have to measure up people this way, but I get the feeling that they could have been a little bit of a rival, but like a friendly one, like a good one that you wanted to always be like. So to you, being measured up to this person is something you would want to hear about, not because you want to be better than them, because I feel you have respect, but because you want to know that you want to be able to attain that level of spirituality or whatever it is that you do. I feel like for most of you, it's like a spiritual connection or an energy healing. But with ascendant, I feel like, yes, they definitely helped form part of your identity, but you also helped form part of theirs, because even though they mirror a lot back to you, you provided something to them that they just could never really perfect, is what I'm hearing. And I feel like for the most of you, it'll be a sense of grounding, and for others, it'll be a sense of like movement. I'm hearing like this person had a hard time just living, and maybe still does, living their earthly human being existence. They did not like their meat suit. They did not like having to deal with human matters like family and work and all that kind of stuff. But you're able to marry both those very lovely, like, doesn't matter what job you currently have, pile one, I feel like you still incorporate some of your spiritual aspects into it. Like, you probably manifest really great things within your career or within your line of work, or you bring like good energy and like that kind of stuff, small little things that you implement to make your job better. And this person, for the life of them, probably could never do that. Like, they operate on a very different playing field here. But yeah, part of the reason you were drawn to them is because you were meant to be drawn to them. You were meant to be awakened by something you saw within them. And you definitely learned a lot from each other. Doesn't matter how long you knew this person, because I'm not really seeing a timeline. They actually have they don't keep track of time that well. And maybe you understood this because maybe they were always running late, or maybe they forgot what day it would be. And, I feel like their timing was always off. And that might have been something that annoyed you. That's something you do have that they don't. So, I'm letting you know. But I really do love this. Oh, and you know what? I didn't even notice the numbers on these cards. Yeah, I feel like you thought they were above you because XLV1. So this is one number ahead of the threshold. Very interesting. Yeah, and maybe you really look up to this person as well. But I feel like this person says that they're not worth looking up to, and that's silly. Yeah, this person might have a little bit of they're very humble, I'm hearing. They're humble, and they just don't like to, think they're the greatest thing. But the truth is, they're actually quite an impact on the world and around them. But I feel like you are too. And if not, you're definitely on your way to being just like them, pile one. So if this is like a person you've always admired, that you've been wondering what they're up to, I'm letting you know. And if you still are in contact with this person, I'm letting you know, like, you're almost up there with them. Don't think that you are not, because I feel like you both have this. Like, you do not give yourselves enough credit for the amount of spiritual growth and growth in general that you've done both within yourselves and within your own environment. I feel like you both are just really very lovely beings to have in this world. And the one thing I do see different about you from them, pile one, even though you may not be as creative as them, you still open the doors to a lot of creativity. You're still very inspirational, is what I'm hearing. Like, they may be the artist, but you are definitely a muse. But the muse can also become an artist should they want to be, you know? But let's move on to the tarot, because this is quite lovely energy. Like, I feel like you two balance each other out very well. Very well. If you still are in contact with this person, like I said, you're almost at their level. Don't let anybody else make you think otherwise. I don't think this person would ever tell you. I feel like they would be very encouraging, but I feel like they don't believe in levels, and you do. That might be another difference you and this person have. So the cards I'm using are the Star Child Tarot. I'm only going to get 3 cards for the in, out, and spiritual, the non-tangible, and then I'm going to clarify them. So for my pile one and their person. I'm being told to get 4. The 4th one is going to be where this connection is going, what's next for you and this person, should there be anything. All right, so for my pile one, we have 6 of Swords, the inner. Yeah, you both are really good at leaving behind situations that do not benefit you. I feel like you both have had very rough upbringings or have been in environments that were not the healthiest. So therefore, you know when it's time to go, when it's time to leave. I feel like you may have this habit too, where you're always in and out of people's lives, or maybe certain environments as well. You might change jobs a lot. All right, what's an outer? No, wait, this is inner, outer, yeah. What's an outer aspect about this connection? Oh, lovely. You both are really good at making connections with other people. I feel like you change each other. Well, not each other. Well, if this is a person that you've dated, you definitely changed each other. Because what I'm getting is that whenever you get into relationships with people, you allow yourself to be influenced by the experience of that relationship. And what I mean is, like, you may take on attributes of the person that you have dated, but only the positive ones. You allow that to shape and shift you so that you can become a better person, like to learn what it is that you want or don't want. I feel like neither of you are married, by the way, or in a committed relationship, at least not at this moment. If you are, you can disregard that, but even if you are in a relationship with somebody else, I feel like you both retain your individuality, at least now. I feel like in the past you used to not do so, but now you do. All right, let's see a spiritual aspect of this, even though I feel like that's all we've seen so far. 10 of Crystals. So I'm getting several things. One, you could both make a living out of this very spiritual energy that you have, because like I said, you provide something that a lot of people do not. It's also giving me a sense of community, because the crystals is pentacles, and pentacles can be how do I say, routine. So this could be like a group of people. I'm thinking of like a gym or some kind of yoga club, something like that, where you just affect the people around you. It's very odd that I thought of a gym, because it's very physical. Maybe they like going to gyms because, like I said, they have trouble being in the physical, and that kind of space would allow them to be physical. But I'm also getting that you either make your money this way or you provide a lot to the community this way. Regardless, your spirituality brings stability to you in some way, shape, or form, which is very interesting. It could just be mental stability as well. Like maybe you both have had to deal with some sort of how do I put this? I'm hearing mental disability, but I don't want to say that because I feel like that's not accurate. But they see it that way. I don't know, maybe that's just how they were taught. But you definitely have dealt with some psychological stuff as well. Ooh, yeah, they don't want to talk about that, but that's something that comes through, or maybe you don't want to talk about that, pile one, but it gives you mental and emotional stability, your spiritual aspects. All right, and then what's next for you and this person? Should there be anything? We have the High Priestess. You're just going to keep developing your skills. You're just going to keep ascending. I feel like you both are this way. Like you never want to stay in one. Here's the thing about spirituality. It just does not plateau. You do never just stay in one space. Like some people may think that. Anytime somebody thinks that they reached like peak spirituality, that's never the case. I don't care if you're an ascended master, because even they have to shape they have to shift their shape at some point in life. You know, we don't live forever. We still have the human experience here. But I feel like you both are just ascending like constantly. And if you ever do meet, which might be the case, if you do, it'll be very unassuming and unplanned. It might be during another very interesting time within your lives. You will have a lot of insight into each other's lives. Yeah, you're going to benefit a lot if you ever speak to them again, because for the most part I feel like some of you do not. Like this is kind of a surprise reading for some of you, because you weren't expecting this person to pop up in a reading. So if you're still with me, yeah, I'm just letting you know, you may or may not see them again, but if you do, it's like you'll have a lot to learn from each other. You will have met again for another reason. And then back of the deck energy, the Chariot, something about movement here. Like you're always on the go. I wonder if this person moves around a lot, or maybe you move around a lot, but there's like a feeling here that you cannot just keep staying in one place. It's like you always have to keep transforming, transmuting, changing, shifting. Like neither of you can stay still, even if it's just on an energetic level. Like you're always ascending, you're always trying to do something new, something different, something, whatever the soul is calling for, that's what you guys are going to. So I really do love this though. I feel like this connection was definitely very impactful, because when the Lovers and the High Priestess come through, this is a connection that was meant to happen. A connection where you were meant to meet each other, to really influence each other for the better. And because I'm getting such beautiful high vibes from this, I feel like it's something that no matter how long it lasted, because for some of you it may have been a very brief connection, for others you may have only had like for some of you this will have been from a long, long time ago. But regardless, there's a feeling here that you both look back at each other fondly and are very grateful for the things that you've provided for each other. Overall, a lot of love is here too. And should you want to become like more permanent people within each other's lives, I feel like that would work out. You would just have to be the one who does all the timing and scheduling, pile one. I feel like this person, they just have a hard time like keeping track of stuff. It's not really their fault. They just operate on very different planes. What's underneath the Chariot? Five of Swords. Yeah, it would be an interesting balance that you would have to keep up with this person, but also understand that they ask for a lot of freedom. That's one thing you both really enjoy, is a lot of freedom from people. Like, even though I did say that they have a large community and that they identify through the people that they surround themselves with, they still ask for their freedom. And that's very Pisces energy. Like Pisces needs a lot of alone time to unwind and recharge, for sure. By the way, I didn't get your sign pile one, but maybe you have an ascendant in Pisces as well. Maybe this person does as well. And if so, we're all in the same circle here, because that's what I have. But let's move on to some closing advice. I'm using the Cupid Says Oracle for some messages from your person. They do not have to be love messages, of course. I feel like for the most part, this person was a very platonic for most of you. Though some of you could have been lovers. I feel like that could be possible. I mean, we did have the Lover's card in the tarot, but I was not reading it as like steamy romantic partner here. If you did have a romantic connection with this person, I feel like I said, it was very loving. Like it was not like a steamy, sexy situationship kind of thing. Like even the way you two would be intimate would be very, I'm hearing tantric level. Okay, let's get some cards from your person. We have all of you. Ooh. I was just thinking about chakras aligning. Maybe they're a Reiki master as well. We have be patient. They probably taught you patience, or you learned patience through them. Or maybe they learned patience through you. Regardless, patience was learned. We have, what do you want from me? I feel like this is you, pile one, because this person, I feel like when they first approached you, you were like, what's up with this person? Because you thought they were a little kooky or a little weird. Let's make magic happen. Yeah, I feel like whenever you were around together, you would make such amazing things happen. Like you would, like a combination of your grounding energy and their more elevated energy was just the perfect combination to make anything amazing. Yeah, because I can see them speaking about you, saying about certain events that you were at were just so much better because you were there, because you brought a very different presence that not a lot of people could bring to the table. We have stop asking. This person does not like being asked questions. That's odd. Yeah. Maybe you're the kind of person who likes to ask questions and this person just doesn't like them, or like they answer questions in their own time. Last card we have, it starts from you. Like I said, you started something within their life, or they definitely started something in yours, but you also did for them. But for you, it was like the beginning of a chapter or the end of a chapter in their life. Like you played a bigger role, or your energy, something you provided played a bigger role within their life than you understand. Like, yeah, there's something about something you did, even if it was just a one-time thing, was very impactful on how they see life. And then we're going to get a let go card. That's what it's called. We have this card. I wonder if you can see it. It's getting pretty dark. But I'll try to adjust the light level when I edit. If you don't release the arrow, your aim is all for nothing. Aim straight and shoot the arrow. Yeah, I feel like this person was a mentor, because this sounds like something a mentor would tell you, to release your arrow and shoot straight. I feel like you were holding an arrow that you didn't realize you were holding before you met them. And they were the ones that were like, yeah, just let it go and see how far you aim, or how accurately you aim. And yeah, they began something here for you. Well, they didn't begin it for you, but they allowed you to see a part of yourself. You both did. There's a lot of mirroring within this connection. So if a lot of what I say about this person sounds like you as well, pile one, do take that. There's a lot of mirroring here. But regardless, this is where I leave you. I'm sending you and your person so much love. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the Phoenix and the, I wanted to say sacral chakra, but this is carnelian. If you chose the carnelian, then we have your reading here for you about why you are drawn to your person. So we have a Phoenix here and already major Scorpio vibes. And if not Scorpio, then this is somebody who's rather intense and has probably had to start their life over maybe a few times, at the very least one big profound restart or reset within their life. And for some, possibly many. There is something about this person already coming through, just as I'm tapping it intuitively, being artistic. Surprisingly so, I'm hearing. But let's go ahead and tap into the oracles, because I'm just ready to channel for this person. They're very divinely guided, I feel. We have the crone, number 13. You also have the self, number 29. I think they had the most cards out of anybody in this pile. We have number 11 with oneness. Maybe you see the same one. Yeah, this person's very divinely guided, but I feel like it's had to come through several life experiences. We also have destroyer, light attributes, releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. Like I said, they've had to start over. We also got hero, heroine, light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. And Aquarius spirit, collaboration. A buzzing beehive produces honey. Working as a group can produce a result that far transcends what one could accomplish alone. Through mutual effort, solve problems by sharing ideas and defining collective ideals. The act of cooperation can provide a buzz of inspiration that lifts your spirits. So this is definitely somebody, I feel like you could work with them with collaboration, but I also feel like they could just be like within your the same field of whatever it is that you do, like whatever your work field is, or you could just be in the same community. I feel like you know them somehow. They could be an acquaintance, or they could be somebody that you're just very, very drawn to. I'm not getting whether this is platonic or romantic so far. What I am getting though is that this person has been through it. This person has been through quite a few regenerations, is what I'm hearing. I'm kind of seeing like Doctor Who, and if you've ever seen that show, the doctor basically, whenever it's time for them to, I forget what the word is, I guess regenerate, they literally change lives and they become a whole different person. And it's the same thing here, even though I think they still remember like their past lives and what went on within that. It's the same thing with this person. I feel like they've had to start over anew several times. And the way I'm seeing it is that maybe they've had to move around a lot. Maybe they've been in many relationships, specifically marriages, like marriage type of relationships. They could also just be the kind of people who are not afraid to get up one day and leave behind what they have and start over. I'm seeing somebody who likes to switch jobs a lot, or like I said, they might switch social groups as well. How you know them, I'm not sure. I still feel like it's an acquaintance. This could be somebody that you might follow on social media or something along those lines, because I'm seeing a degree of separation here, but you're very drawn to this person. I am getting that you like how they tend to start over. I feel like every time they do, they level up. I get, whenever I see the Destroyer card, I think of Dragon Ball Z, because that's what Beerus is and what Vegeta is becoming, the Destroyer. So I'm getting a sense here that for some of you, this person will just get better and better at whatever it is that they do. I'm not sure if this is like a celebrity, because I feel like whoever this person is, you really look up to them. Like I said earlier, they're surprisingly creative, because I feel like if you were just to look at them as a person, they wouldn't come off as a creative person. You wouldn't think that they're capable of doing the things that they do. I feel like you follow their work. And I feel like this person would have like a social media account where they post a lot of their work, whatever that is, whether it's actual artwork or maybe music or dance, something along those lines, maybe a little bit of everything. But this person, they have my pure admiration. They're very divinely guided. I'm thinking of like Bjork, because she's also like super mega Scorpio, but like every album, it's like she's a new person. And the first few albums she did, which are some of my favorites, you just see her as this, a very girl next door kind of person, very simple, but her music is just profound. And as her career has gone along, she's become more and more alien or ethereal looking within her albums. It's part of the concept of how she reinvents herself. It's that kind of idea here. I'm also thinking of Beyonce and how like every album has its own thing as well. Like she comes up with new personas, or her look is just very different. Even the whole vibe of it is just very different. So this person could have a similar thing going on here. If it's not with their artwork, then it might be within their own life. And for some of you, I feel like this person's own life could be seen as artwork just because of how they move and how they have a very aesthetic presence, is what I'm hearing, which is very odd, because I'm not really seeing that particularly here, but I am getting it from the colors. Whenever I see a rainbow in this particular reading, it's coming off as creativity and a connection to source, because our creativity and our imagination is in some way connected to source. I've always seen that in the most creative people that I know, they're very divinely guided, whether they're aware of it or not. Most of them are not, because they just see it as, tapping into their imagination. But when they do that, they're actually elevating their vibe and tapping into that. It's a form of channeling. But you don't have to really resonate with that. You don't have to understand it. Just know that this is how this person operates. With the crone, I don't want to say that they're older. I feel like the crone here is letting me know that this person is an old soul. So they honestly do not care for the opinion of anybody else. They do not care for the opinion of others. Whatever they do in their life, they do it because they feel a call to it, or a need to do it. I feel like this person will date any kind of person, will date, I don't know why their dating life is coming through so strongly. Maybe you're interested in this person, but they will literally date anybody of any well, as long as they're an adult age, race, background, they might be in open relationships, they might be in closed off relationships, they may go through a period of not seeing anybody, like an extended period of singlehood or like a period of dating multiple people. But this person, they honestly only look out for themselves, and not even in a selfish way. I feel like they do it as part of their own journey with hero and heroine here. They actually do a lot for the community. They do a lot for their children, should they have any. Again, if they have children, I feel like even the way they have children is somehow odd. Like they may have kids from multiple partners, or their kids' ages might be really far apart. This person is very, they just march to the beat of their own drum. Like they don't care. They could be an Aquarius, because I feel like the Aquarius spirit really fits this entire mold. I feel like Aquarius would just do whatever they want. But with Destroyer and Phoenix, they've had to reinvent themselves, sorry. They have to pick up the pieces of where they left off and build anew. I'm not sure if this is quite literally, like maybe some of them have gone through experiences where maybe they've been hit by a natural disaster or have had to lose their home, or maybe just growing up it was very rough and they had to really grow up rather quickly, or kind of be a provider here. Because this person is somebody who just does not give up. Giving up is not an option. They always have some kind of income flow. They always have some kind of job. But at the end of the day, what they really care about is their loved ones, whoever is in their heart, and being a champion to those who cannot provide for themselves, or who cannot, I want to say heal themselves, in case this person is like, maybe they work in a medical field, or they could be an energetic healer, anything along those lines. I'm going to read from the book for the crone, because this is the only card that is really stumping me, because I don't just want to assume that this is an older person. So from the archetype, the Wild Unknown Archetypes book, we have the crone, the witch, the old woman, the sage. The crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden mother crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good, bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life and giving life. The crone energy accepts everything in, devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. I'm sorry, I cannot speak today, pile 2. But I feel like this person, if they are older, it will not show in their face. I feel like despite their age, they just look really, really good. Because I was getting a little bit of MILF vibes from this person, or DILF, if, depending on the gender. Like, regardless of their age, they just look amazing for their age. Or again, like I said earlier, they could be an old soul. But I do feel that some of you are actually quite attracted to this person. That's not going to be everybody, of course. I think for some of you, you might just look up to them. And then there's some of you who are just, if you are pursuing or attempting to pursue this person romantically, I feel like that could very much be there, because there's something about this person that just, they seem to know everything, and that could both amaze and bother you at the same time. Let's go ahead and get your cards, pile 2, because I want to see how you fit into all of this. But I can see why you're drawn to them. They've just been through it all, and they're quite fascinating. I can tell you right now, though, if you think they're trying to call you in, they're not. They just have a certain magnetism about them. Because I feel like, yeah, some of you may think that they're doing the quote witchcraft on you, because they're just so alluring despite their energy. Because there is something slightly chaotic about this, but not in a bad way. I feel like this is just how they deal with life, or how life deals with them, is what I'm wanting to say, which is a very odd way of putting it. This is how life deals with them. So let's get a card for you from the archetypes. We have the prayer. Interesting. Like I said, there's a little bit of worshiping this person here on your end, pile 2. I feel like you really look up to them. We're going to get another archetype card. I'm using both of my archetype decks today. Oh, okay, Hermit. That one just fell out. Yeah, I feel like you don't really speak to this person, or you're very intimidated, that's for sure, and I don't blame you. I'm hearing, what could this person want with me? Which I'm not sure, pile two. Let's get a card for the cosmos. Structure 25, foundation, routine, and commitment. Do they offer structure to your life somehow? Because I could also attribute that to the Hermit card, believe it or not. Because Hermit is Virgo energy in the tarot, at least. Let's get your animal card. No? Okay. The cards were doing that. Oh my gosh. There's something about being supernaturally drawn to them. I feel like if you are drawn to this person, you feel like it's some sort of, like it's out of your control somehow. But I promise you, they're not calling you in. I feel like they honestly feel that life just throws things at them, and you might be one of those things, pile two. We have the hummingbird. Okay. This is very cute. And then your star code, or no, this is your astrology card. I'm just gonna call them astrology cards. The deck is called What's in Your Stars for my pile two and their person. Pisces spirit, compassion. Open the door to your heart. Opening yourself to other people and their feelings can lend you great compassion, but it can also leave you exposed. Ensure you have healthy boundaries, but let kindness imbue your actions with passion and purpose. Compassion makes the world better. So you have compassion for this person, pile two, or they have shown compassion to you to some extent. And I feel like that itself is something that you weren't expecting from this person, or it impacted you in a profound way. And again, you're not sure why you're so drawn to this person. But let's start with the prayer, the crone, and the self. I feel like because your person has such a strong sense of self due to all the years that they've lived or all the experiences that they've had to go through. Another way to interpret this is that they may also look older for their age. That old soul is coming through very strongly. So regardless, something about an old soul or them just being older is of importance here, because this is part of the reason they've been able to gain the knowledge and experience that they have. I feel like this person is a prayer answered for you somehow, because it's like you were looking for somebody to show you the way on how to do something, or to really give you a lot of wisdom. I feel like this is either a mentor or somebody older that you are just really into. Like the only way I can really explain it is there's a magnetism. I don't even want to call it an attraction. It's a magnetism, because you can't help but be pulled in by this person. And it's kind of odd. It's kind of like, and I want to say I did a reading on this, or maybe I heard a reading on this, but sometimes when you ask the universe to send you a divine counterpart or a twin flame or somebody like a soulmate, it's not gonna be who you expected. And I feel like this is this person. Like, they sent you this person your way, and you were thinking it was going to be somebody else or some other kind of person, but no, instead it ends up being this particular person who's supposed to teach you or show you something very specific. And we'll get into what that is with the tarot, or maybe I'll channel it a little bit more clearly here. But I can see why you're wondering why you're drawn to this person, because even I'm having a hard time imagining what about this person is drawing you, because I can tell that they're a very interesting person. Their connection to source might be something that you could benefit from, especially if they are an energy healer, or if they just teach whatever their craft is in a very particular way. I feel like it'll open your eyes not just to that, whatever it is that they make or whatever it is that they do, but also the way that you look at life, because I'm being shown the artist's way for some reason right now, because you would expect that book to be about art or how artistry is or whatever, but it's actually more about finding your soul's calling and soul's purpose. At least that's how I took it to mean. Maybe it's a little bit different for everybody else, but it's that kind of thing. Like you came in expecting XYZ and instead you got like something that isn't even part of the alphabet, you know, with this particular person. With structure, I feel like you're breaking out of something. I kind of want to equate this with the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot, though, because we have the fixed signs, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio, and this person, very scorpionic vibes, but we also have Aquarius here. So with the Wheel of Fortune, it's fate. Fate is bringing you together, which I feel that's going to be the case for most of the piles in this particular reading. But you were meant to meet this person to add to your structure, add to the way you see life, add to the way that you go about dealing with a particular subject or a very specific thing. They're definitely going to teach you something, but you're not even going to see it as like a lesson. You're going to see it as an experience, because whatever this person shows you, it's not very straightforward. It's not plain and simple. Let's say they're trying to teach you how to do some sort of artwork. You're going to learn a lot more by the things they tell you outside of that specific subject than the actual artwork. Like instead of showing you how to do like a certain brush stroke, you're going to learn that colors and this and that, and something about the hand movement and how movement is dictated by how you feel about something. This person is so incredibly profound, almost annoyingly so. Like I'm being shown how I don't know why I'm seeing like from Avatar: The Last Airbender, Uncle Iroh, where you just kind of want to have a simple conversation with him and he makes everything a life lesson. It's similar to that. So this person is just on a whole different level, and I could see why you would put them up on a pedestal, and why you would be intimidated, and why you would, I feel like some of you might even avoid this person at first because you know that they're going to be so impactful to you. With the Hermit here, there's a little bit of hiding away. So I feel like it takes moments before you approach this person, or this person may approach you. I feel like this person has enough confidence within themselves that they would be the one to approach you if they see that you take an interest, or if they see that there is something there for them to approach. I don't feel like they would just approach you out of nowhere for fun. They would come through with something very concrete here, even though they don't seem like they would be that way. They would be the one approaching you in a very official or professional manner, but they wouldn't do it just, you know, for funsies. I don't feel like they would just strike up a conversation with you. This person can be a little standoffish, which is odd because they have a very warm energy. Their energy is very, maybe not standoffish, because we do have a lot of fire here. They could be a fire sign, but it's also light. I don't even know how I would describe their energy. It's both cool and warm and blazing at the same time. Whoever this person is, let me know in the comments pile too. I wouldn't be surprised if this was somebody that was famous. Maybe you were just like clicking on this for funsies and be like, what would Beyonce think of me or something? I could definitely see this for her. But regardless, whoever this person is, they have an air of somebody who is almost intangible. Like I could see you worshiping the air they breathe. With compassion though, like I said, I feel like this person, if you do know them, because I feel like some of you actually do, but there's just like 1 degree of separation there where they're an acquaintance, or maybe you work with them, or maybe they're like a friend of a friend, or maybe you met them at like, I don't know, an art show or something. If the compassion that is shown here, I feel like you definitely have for them, but they have shown it for you as well. They may have said a specific remark, or maybe the conversations you've had, they've actually been very nice and almost have wanted to help. Because like I said, they wouldn't approach you unless there's a specific reason, or they wouldn't speak to you in that kind of way unless, you know, they see that you're going through something. This person is very compassionate, and that is due to the fact, again, that they've gone through it all. I feel like they have nothing but good advice to offer you. And I'm not gonna lie, pile 2, for those of you who are romantically attracted to this person, I feel like you gained a crush for this particular reason, because of the compassion that they showed. It's like, wow, this person is all that and they're nice to me, of all people. Like I could see why, if you are inclined to this person that way, you would feel that way. Let me go ahead and read from the book for the hummingbird, because I have no opinion of hummingbirds, but I was thinking how hummingbirds like to find sweet stuff, and maybe you find this person very sweet. But from the book, the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal book, hummingbird, positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. That one resounded with me the most. I feel like they are very spiritual. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. So, what's interesting is I feel like you can't help but keep coming back to this person, pile 2, because what I just described sounds a lot like what your person does. Like they just keep coming back to the creativity, to source, to all these sources of spiritual connectedness, or whatever keeps them thriving, whatever keeps them going. I feel like you both look for the same things, and this is part of what keeps you connected, or part of the reason you're able to really empathize with this person, or you just vibe at that level. I feel like you may have met each other at a certain place where you both enjoy going, or maybe like a supply store of some kind, or a bookstore. Regardless, I feel like you both enjoy the same things, and that's part of the reason you really just want to learn to be like them. There's definitely a sense here that you know what's odd? I'm hearing that you're afraid they could destroy you in some way, shape, or form. This could be a rival. This could be somebody that, like I said, you look up to or you want to be like, which is odd because something similar was coming up in pile 1, not that I remember it. I'm filming these on separate days. But the only difference is that within this particular pile, there is a possibility here that you could be romantically attracted to this person, mostly because of the hermit and the compassion here. This is somebody harboring a secret crush. I don't have enough proof of that yet, so I feel like it's not going to be everybody who watches this. But even then, I feel like it could be like, if it's not an actual romantic crush, it could be like like if it's a woman and you're a woman as well, it could be like a girl crush, like you want to be like them one of these days. It's that kind of energy, because there's a lot of sacral chakra energy here, and though it can be creativity, it could also be, pleasure. So regardless, I feel like whoever this person is, you're just in awe of everything that they do, and you hope to be like them someday. And I feel like some of you hope to express how you feel about them to them someday. Some of you could be trying to create something to impress them, is what I'm hearing. Or you could just be mustering up the courage to say something along those lines. And we could look into the tarot to see exactly what that is as well. But yeah, this is all amazing energy. But I feel like, at least for you, pile 2, it would help to remember that this person is also human too. Like, not everything they do is amazing. Well, you might think everything they do is amazing, but they're still a human just like you. So let's move on to the tarot portion, because I'm quite interested to see exactly what it is about this person that you are drawn to, or at least a little bit more specifically, because I feel like I have gone in detail about a lot of things here, but I still cannot put a word on it or my name on it. And maybe you feel the same way too, pile 2. So we are using the Star Child Tarot. And I'm being told this is going to be different from pile 1. I'm hearing one thing you could learn from them, one thing they need to learn from you, a conversation starter, or like a topic that you could both speak about. And then I'm going to get an extra card for those of you who see this person romantically. All right. So for my pile 1. It's always been a hard deck to shuffle. I love it so much. It's great quality, but it's thick. All right, so for my pile 2, first card, 5 of Wands. They definitely show you how to have more energy and how to keep going. They show you how to fight for what you want or fight for the vision that you have. There's something here about, there's a good back and forth between the both of you too, and I feel like that itself could inspire you. Like whatever interactions you have had with this person are very inspirational to you. That's one thing you could learn from them. One thing they can learn from you. Ooh. The King of Pentacles, the King of Crystals. They could learn how to ground themselves a little bit more. I feel like you're way more structured than this person, pile 2. It's very odd because you did have the structure card for the Cosmos Tarot. Or sorry, the Cosmos Oracle. Yeah, so I feel like they definitely ground themselves when they're around you. So I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to hang out with you a little bit more, or if they want to be near you just to see exactly what it is about you that allows them to stay grounded. Yeah, because I'm seeing somebody they have a fighting spirit, oddly enough. It's very odd. I'm not sure if they themselves could also be an athlete or something to that extent, but they have a very fiery spirit, and your energy tames them. Your energy calls to them to like be very grounded, and they kind of like that. You could also be really good with money, so maybe they come to you for financial advice, because I feel like this person actually isn't. When it comes to their finances, no matter how successful they may seem, or they are, they hire people to take care of their money, or they leave their money to somebody else, like maybe a partner or a friend or somebody who is in charge of it. This person does not concern themselves with money, oddly enough, which is a very specific and very odd thing to hear come through. Take that only if it resonates, of course. It's not going to be for everybody. All right. And a topic that you could both go on about, or that could be at the forefront of this particular connection or person. We have the Knight of Swords. Lots of communication between the both of you. I feel like if you haven't already, you're going to be speaking a lot more. This could be a reason why you're here. You're wanting to know why, well, one, you're so drawn to this person, or even why this person is so drawn to you. I feel like they just really enjoy the fact that you're a very different flavor of person. Like, I don't think they're around people like you too often. Because like I said, you're very structured. You're very, you have a little bit of something they used to have, or they see a lot of themselves within you. So it was easy for them to have compassion for you. Another way to see that is maybe you remind them of the people they used to be around, whether that was people they grew up with or people that they developed their skill with. I feel like it's been a long time since they've seen somebody like you, and there's something very, very, I don't even know how to put it, nostalgic. There's something nostalgic about you that they kind of miss and they really, really enjoy. And let's get a card for those of you who see this person romantically. So this card may not resonate with everybody. We have the Nine of Wands. Ooh, defenses up. The defenses are up. When I see the Nine of Wands within a romantic relationship or in this specific position, somebody here is not letting their guard down, or it's going to take some work to get there, because the Nine of Wands is basically putting up a fight or defending something. So somebody here has their guard up, or if this was to happen, somebody would have to be a lot more direct, because I feel like this person is a little bit untouchable, a little bit unattainable when it comes to their heart situation. It could be that they're already taken, but even if they weren't, or if they were in a more open relationship, it would take more than just whatever you currently have going to get to them, or a little bit more than what you're currently doing to get to them. This person, they know their worth. And it's not to say that they think themselves above you. It's just they know what they need to see before they consider anybody romantically. So I don't want to say they're out of your league. I don't think they would say that either. But you would have to be a lot more direct to see exactly what it is that they should accept with you. Because, yeah, it's almost like especially because they've been through it all. If they've had that experience, they know what it is. They've probably had a lot of people like you try to come after them. So you would have to show a lot more. Back of the deck energy, High Priestess. And this is for the entire reading, not just for this particular card. There's a lot of divinely guided energy here. This person taps into their intuition for everything, and I do mean everything. I feel like you do too, pile 2, but to the extent that this person does, I'm not quite sure. Spirituality could be a topic that you both speak about a lot. What's underneath this? The Star Seed. This is the Fool card. Ooh. Do expect to be on a different journey because you've been impacted by this person. Do expect to start something new. Whether it's with this person or by yourself, I'm not sure. It'll depend on where it goes. Because I feel like this person themselves is taking this particular connection, if there is a connection, very much day by day. They're not really too concerned. I feel like they do think about the conversations a lot. They really love being mentally stimulated by you. I feel like the conversation is something they enjoy. If it hasn't happened already, do try to make conversation with this person. This person is actually very easy to talk to. I feel like because of this experience that they have had, they know how to speak to pretty much everybody about anything. And they wouldn't consider anybody below them in terms of having a conversation. I feel like this is somebody who actually understands that they could learn something from anybody, especially with that Aquarius energy coming through. This person is very divinely guided. They don't see anybody below them. It may seem that way. I feel like that air of intimidation and maybe even their oh, what's the word? It escapes me. Their fame? I don't want to say fame because I'm not sure if they are famous. But whatever they have going for them, it seems that they would be unapproachable or unreachable, or that they wouldn't give you the time of day. And the truth is they would, because they actually like to socialize with people. They like to see how everybody else thinks and works, and how, you know, what their opinions are, what their thoughts are. This person, if you want to get any more intimate with them, their guard is up. You would have to prove a lot to them. Not because they would set that standard, but because they're looking for something a little bit more. So whether you're up to that task or not, pile 2, that's going to be up to you. I'm just letting you know that this person is not going to be easy to court. They don't just fall for anybody. They have their own, they just know their self-worth is all. And I feel like this is something you should remind yourself as well, pile 2. But with the 5 of Wands, yeah, they show you how to put up a good fight, or how to get through very tough circumstances, very tough situations. Very interesting person. I really love this energy. And I do want to point out that you came out as the King of Pentacles here. So don't think that you couldn't be on this level at some point in your future, pile 2. Because the King of Pentacles is somebody who's very grounded, also somebody who's very financially successful. I feel like you have that going for you, and they would probably ask you a lot about this, or this would be a very good topic for the both of you to have. But regardless, what else is coming through? Let's go on to the advice cards to see anything else pertaining to this person. Very interesting person. So from the Cupid Says, well, no, let's not start with Cupid Says. Let's start with the Let Go deck. Okay, you get this one because you didn't want to go back on the pile. I love this. Okay. Don't push or grasp for what you want. Let life come to you and flow through you. Ooh, I like that. Don't push or grasp for what you want. Let life come to you and flow through you. I feel like a lot of you are going to wait for this person to approach you, or you're going to wait for the opportunity to show itself for you to come through to this person. There's something here about allowing this to be whatever it is. You don't have to worry about anything. Don't force whatever this is supposed to be, or whatever is going on here. We're going to get some higher messages, some messages from your person's higher self for you. I'm hearing that these messages that are coming through are going to be more advice from them to you, pile 2. You have, I feel the same. So whatever it is that you're feeling, they also feel. So if it's awe and inspiration and admiration for their work, they feel the same way. Because, like I said, you remind them of a younger version of themselves or something from their past that they probably didn't really see to fruition, but I feel like they're excited to see that within you, or excited to see what you could accomplish, what you could gain with that same particular set of skills that they have. And if you wanted to read this romantically, I feel like they could also see that as well. But like I said, you would have to do a lot more than what you're doing right now, because I can tell that you're a little bit shy about this person, or you're holding back because you just hold them with such high regard. Let's get more cards for this person's higher self. The one that got away. They have the potential to become the one that got away. And I'm saying this romantically, of course. Another way to read this, though, and it's kind of strange, they don't want to see the talent that you have, or whatever it is that you have, go to waste, pile 2. It would be a shame. It would be the one that got away. This is not just a phase. They really encourage you to just keep doing what you do. They don't want it to become a phase of your life that you eventually give up on for something else. Like, they want to see you pursue your passion. I love you more. I feel like the more you get to know this person, the more you're just going to fall for them. Whether that's romantically, or you could just learn to love them more because, again, they become more than what you thought they would be. There's something here that's very... Yeah, I just feel like you love everything about this person. You love what they do. You love who they are. You love... Yeah, there's just a lot of love here. This was meant to be. Yeah, you were meant to cross paths with this person. If it feels like you're not worthy, no, be quiet, because you are. You're very worthy, pile 2. And it was meant to be that you and this person would interact, or that you would have this kind of connection. Don't go back. This person just really doesn't want you to give up on your dreams. They do not want you to give up on your talent, on your dreams. They don't want you to give up on anything. I feel like they see so much potential in you. And that's one thing that they really, really love about you, pile 2. They love the potential they see within you. And back of the deck, heal yourself first. If they are a healer, I feel like they're going to encourage you or teach you how to heal yourself. But I'm also hearing that if you have any feelings of unworthiness with this person, there could be some healing to do there within the heart chakra, as well as I'm feeling the solar plexus, because some of you have a feeling of not being worthy of being around this person, or being compared to this person, or of even like being within this person's energy, whomever they may be, whether it's romantic or mentorship or whatever the situation is. I feel like it could be read in both ways. I'm only providing the romantic because for some of you it's very strongly romantic, but for others of you, you just really admire this person's work and you hope to be like them. Heal that which in yourself that makes you think that you're not worthy of this particular energy, or of this particular endeavor or talent, or whatever it may be. You're incredible. Do you know that? Yes, I love that. I love that for you too. You are incredible, pile 2. Do you know that? But yeah, and one thing here, I'm going back to this card. Don't push or grasp for what you want. Let it come to you and flow through you. Another way to see this, because I'm taking it to mean that don't force something. Don't force it. That's another way of like grasping for it. It's don't force it. Let it come to you. When you're in the mood to do what it is that you do, then do it. Or when you get like that hit of inspiration, do it. Don't force it. I feel like some of you are going to try really hard to impress this person, or to outdo them, or to do whatever it is that you and this person do. But don't force it. Let it come to you. The universe will provide you with the inspiration. Or if you do want to call it in, you got to let it go a little bit and then just allow it to come to you, you know? There's something here about taking it easy for you, pile 2. But this is all I have for you, pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Sending you and your person so much love. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the lapis lazuli and the oyster card, then we have a reading here for you about why you are drawn to your person. So right away, your person's a very shy person. They're very sweet, and they're very a little bit of a hermit maybe, but if not, then they keep to themselves for sure. I feel like this person doesn't really show much of their personality to everybody, and we'll figure out why. But this person is definitely somebody who just doesn't go out of their way to show their true nature to everybody, or even they themselves don't really come out much, because I'm getting very strong hermit energy. But there's something about them, a mysteriousness that you kind of want to crack open, so to say, because we do have an oyster here. But let's go ahead and get their oracles. We have completion, number 41. Looking forward, dissolution, and innovation. They're always working on projects is what I'm hearing. They have guide, light attribute, represents the nature of the divine life and in yourself. Shadow attribute, places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. And Aries spirit, beginnings. Strike iron and flint to make fire. Go for it. The spark of fire is your life force. It lives within you. All you must do is claim it. Say yes to a new direction and trust that you have the energy to make a fresh start. So it should be known that out of all the piles, your person had the least amount of cards, which is odd. Oh, wait, I forgot the archetype, the second archetype card, the ring. Oh, okay. I feel like some of you are already in a connection with this person for this ring alone. And for some of you, this person has been quite a guiding force within you. I feel like with beginnings, you may have started something new with this person. And quite honestly, if you haven't already, this is definitely a call for you to start something with this person, especially if you're still in that. This is definitely more romantic, by the way. The past two piles weren't necessarily romantic. They could have been taken very platonically. This one, though, there's something here about, yeah, there's a love here. A very quiet love, but it's there. Like I said, this person's very secretive. And I feel like you definitely harbor feelings for this person, or you want to get to know them a little bit more, pile 3. So, what you do know about this person is that they're very guarded, but you know that they're a safe bet. Or there's something here about... Let me go ahead and get your cards, pile 3. In the other piles, I kind of waited a moment, but I kind of want to see where you played all of this. Because with guide, I'm thinking that they could be a guide to you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they guided you through a very specific moment in life, or if you work with them, they could have been like a mentor, like a higher up mentor. With completion, I get that either they or you have all the missing parts to something, and then the ring comes through, which of course I'm thinking of an engagement ring here, but I'm also thinking of commitment in general if marriage isn't something that either of you want. But because we have the oyster, honestly, their energy is a little bit hard to read. So let's get a card for you. Let's start with your astrological card. We have Libra, love or embarrassment. A rose blooms in the hot sun. The blooming rose symbolizes love, and the beating sun symbolizes exposure and embarrassment. You may be feeling energized by opening your heart, or you may be contending with feelings of shame and vulnerability. Trust in yourself and listen to your intuition. It's odd because these are opposite signs, Libra and Aries. So it could be a situation of opposites attract, because I feel like you yourself are nothing like this, pile 3. But like I said, with love or embarrassment, I feel like if you haven't already taken the first steps to make a connection with this person or do something, take it to the next level, like have something deeper with this person, you're kind of wondering if it's worth the embarrassment should they turn you down. Because I feel like for some of you, you may not have spoken your true feelings to this person, and you kind of just want like a little bit of a reflection to see what exactly it is that draws you to this person. We're going to get your other archetype card for pile 3. The castle. Very interesting. You're a little bit guarded yourself, but I feel like you're a little bit less vulnerable than they are when it comes to matters of the heart. Your animal card. The tiger. Yeah, you're approaching them. You might be the more aggressive one here, quite honestly. Because, I mean, look at this person. Sweet little oyster. And then look at you, tiger. Oh, but I do love a tiger, especially within the Wild Unknown series. In the tarot, the tiger is the high priestess. So there's something here about your intuition helping you along with this person. But I can see why you're here, even if you are intuitive, because this person is so closed off. I wonder if they've closed an aspect of themselves off to you. Let's get your Cosmos Oracle. We have compassion. 29. Loving kindness, tenderness, and tolerance. You have a lot of compassion for this person. In fact, all the cards so far that I've drawn for you, they're very loving. They all have like a tinge of pink or purple. And that lets me know that you find this person very, yeah, you just hold a love for this person that I think your tiger essence won't really let you show. Or maybe you've been hiding. Is this a secret crush, pile 3? Like, you gotta be honest. Because that's what I'm feeling. Like, on the outside, you're this tiger or tigress person. Like, just... Like, I'm getting Queen of Wands energy from you. Or King of Wands, depending on what you want to show here. We have Pioneer, light attribute, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Shadow attribute, compulsive, need to keep moving on. You come on very strongly to your person. And I feel like this is part of why they kind of close off sometimes. I feel like they find you very aggressive, but it's odd. So let me read it for those of you who are already in a relationship together. Your person likes that you take the lead if you are already together. I feel like they enjoy that more extroverted energy that you possess, or that more aggressive energy that you possess, because this person really likes to be more in the background. They do have a little bit of a spark within them, because with Aries, they could have Aries placements, but they do have a little bit of a fire, because I feel like this is what drew you two together. Like, you both saw the flame within each other, and it dances whenever you both get around each other. I feel like you both love this. The physical aspect of this relationship, should there be one, is very mutually satisfying. I can tell that that's there, or at the very least on the onset it was, or like during certain moments it's just more intense than other times. It's very interesting, but that's a key factor for those of you already in a relationship. For those of you who are not, there's a lot of chemistry here. And I feel like you, pile 3, are the one who's kind of progressing this a little bit more forward. Because whatever this person has going on, I feel like, yes, they are looking for commitment. Yes, they don't mind the spark and the connection. But their mind is elsewhere. I feel like it could be their career. And for some of them, it could be... Not gonna lie, pile 3, if you're not together already, this person could have other options. They may be dating other people, because I am looking at like the 4 bodies here, but how they don't really have like heads or hands. Like, if they do have other people that they're entertaining, it could just be for physical reasons, or for more superficial reasons, because there's only one person here who's got like, well, even she doesn't have arms. I feel like you would be the person who's got the most of the parts that they want, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like they're looking at their options to see who has exactly what it is that they want, whether it's, you know, financially, physically, emotionally, etc. This person is really weighing their options, which is odd because, like I said, they come off as very shy, but they're also not, you know, they're not dumb. You can't mistake shyness for a lack of thinking, because they're very smart. Or at the very least, they think more than you would think they do, if that makes any sense. If they're not super smart, then they're definitely always planning things, which is very interesting. With Guide, I feel like this person, like I said, has shown you certain things. And I feel like you both feel that there is a connection here, but there's something preventing you from moving forward. Because even though you are the tiger person, pile 3, I feel like the compassion and the love and the energy you have for this person, you hope it's enough for them to approach you. But quite honestly, I don't think that this oyster will open up for you anytime soon, because this person is just very much in their head, is what I'm hearing. With Pioneer, you've definitely shown them new things. I feel like they've experienced a lot of new things with you, and this is something that this Aries energy within them really appreciate. Aries people love to do things first. They love to experience newness they enjoy this particular thing. With ring and castle, I feel like you both have, well, both of these cards have jewelry. You both have very similar values, or you value the same thing. But there's a feeling here that this person is just so closed off. And we'll look into why when we get into the tarot, because I'm going to do tarot a little bit differently for each pile because different things have been coming through. But I'm going to read from the book for the tiger because I want to make sure that I'm representing it the correct way from Kim Kranz. And because also I don't want to misrepresent it for you, pile 3. I'm sorry if I called you pile 2 earlier. I'm only doing 2 piles. I'm recording 2 piles today, so in my head this is a second pile. And by the way, the tiger is a fire animal within this deck. That's why I said fire. So from the book, Lunar Force, Ease in Darkness, Feminine Energy. The tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirit. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened in the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. So yeah, I feel like they're intimidated by you, pile 3. Your person's very intimidated. That's part of the reason they retreat to this little shell of theirs. They kind of don't know what to do with it, which is odd because I feel like they really enjoy this aspect of you. It's like they love it, but they're intimidated at the same time. I feel like most of you will not already be together because if you were in a relationship together, I feel like there would be something more coming through from your person, but it's not. But if for whatever reason you are, they definitely do have marriage on the mind or commitment at the very least. And then for the oyster, might as well since it's here. Patient, secret keeper, hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. So I feel like your person, pile 3, is still trying to figure themselves out, whether that's through their career or what kind of relationship they may want with you. I feel like that's something that they ask themselves a lot, but they take their sweet time because I'm being shown Taurus energy right now, but also Cancer because we do have a shell here. It's a combination of those energies, which is odd because, like I said, I feel like in the beginning, you and your person, you either began this very quickly or you got along very quickly. Like it seemed that it was going somewhere. And now there's like a stagnation or a stalling here, regardless of where you are with this person, of what connection you have. It's like, it seems that you were guided to this person, but it wasn't exactly there, which is odd because we have both completion and the ring here. And I would take these two to mean that there's a sense of completion or that there's a possibility to be able to take it there. But with you, pile 2, your cards are a lot more elevated than theirs. It could be a simple dating below your league is what I'm hearing. Instead of being out of your league, they're kind of below. Or what's the proper way to say it? Below your standard. You need higher standards is what I'm hearing. If this person cannot see you for what you are, you need some higher standards with this person. I am going to look into the tarot to see what should happen should you approach this person, but I can tell you right now, you come off very aggressively, very strongly. And they do love this compassion that you show for them, but there's something about your energy that makes them want to run away, or maybe they're just not ready. Let me go ahead and read the castle. Because what I'm seeing is that you're willing to build castles for this person. And they're willing to give you a ring, but do they cost the same? Because castles can cost millions and millions of dollars, billions, I'm sure. Rings can cost several thousand up to, I guess 6 figures. I'm not sure. I don't know how much rings cost. I guess it depends on what it's made out of. But regardless, let's look at the castle. The palace, the penthouse, the fortress. It's no wonder fairy tales tell of sleeping princesses within castle walls. Like most archetypes, the castle is loaded with duality. It represents abundant riches, seductive fantasy, ornate wonders, and lavish adornments, yet the walls are thick, cold, and shadowy. This card points to a tendency to hold onto possessions, quite possibly a literal home, or position that project the image of achievement, while the soul longs to run barefoot in the forest, leaving it all behind. At times we must settle down, yet the castle lulls us with its spell of materialism, and we fall asleep to our deepest dreams. Okay. Quite put, this person doesn't want to be put in a castle because they already have their oyster. They do not want to settle down. They're not ready to settle down. Will they settle down eventually? Yeah. They're definitely thinking about it with this ring. But there's something here about you caging them in. Or something about, like, yes, you could put them in the castle, but it's still not being free. It's still, a big, beautiful, lavish place that they will be stuck in. At least that's how they see the relationship. Because like I said, they have no problem with commitment. But I feel like it has to start with a little bit more commitment on their end. They're going to take their time, quite honestly, pile 3. Even though it seemed at first that they wouldn't, because Aries would be somebody who like dives headfirst into something and gets through it quite quickly. But I feel like you're meant to slow down with this person for a particular reason. I feel like in past relationships, you may have gone a little too fast. Or maybe you yourself have a habit of like not slowing down to really appreciate a relationship, pile 3. So regardless, there's a feeling that you've been stalling or that this connection has been stalled for a good reason. But let's go ahead and tap into the tarot because I'm quite interested to see how I'm going to read this particular pile. But you are drawn to this person because of their mystery. That's the biggest thing that is coming through here. So, or their sweetness. I did mention that earlier, didn't I? So I'm using a Star Child Tarot, and the cards I'm drawing for you, I'm being told how they're seeing it, how you're seeing it, what you are both seeing, what you're both not seeing, as well as like an outcome of should you approach them or should you want to take it to the next level. Okay. So this is going to be them within this connection. They got 2 cards, 9 of Cups and Strength. So you're definitely a wish fulfillment, and I feel like you're allowing for them to overcome some kind of obstacle, believe it or not. This could be part of the reason that they're taking their time to really commit or take it to the next level or do whatever it is that you want to do next. If you're already in a connection with them, I'm going to get a card for you. 7 of Wands. I got it. Okay, so you're on the defense. I feel, and look, there's even a tiger here. Pile 2, this is you. This is your card, and you're the tiger. You're waiting on them. I typically don't mean this card to mean this, but it's more like you're trying to hold them accountable for whatever it is that they need to bring to this connection. Whether it's they have to step through, they have to come through and like ask you out. Because I feel like you don't want to, but you will if you have to. But you'd rather it be them that comes to you, but you have no problem going to them. But because the 7 of Wands here, I take it to mean accountability. I take it to mean like a fight that you're preparing for. It's like you don't want to have to do this, but you will. And then a card for the both of you. But you're definitely a wish fulfillment for them, pile 3. I promise you that like they are much more grateful for you than they'll ever express. We have the 10 of Wands. She came up reversed. I kind of want to leave it there. But there's something about burdens within this connection. Like, it's hard for you to come together, or it's a lot heavier than you thought it would be. What was the 4th card? Because this is how you're both seeing it. I guess the next card will be where this is headed. Neither of you know where this is headed. And I feel like it's still up to fate. Let's go ahead and skip this position and move on to, if you're not already with this person, what should happen? Should you take it to the next level or should you approach them about it? I got 2 cards, the World and the 6 of Swords. Very interesting. Very interesting. Like this? Okay. Back of the deck, Knight of Crystals. It's gonna take time. There's a reason that this connection has slowed, or that somebody or the both of you are kind of taking your time within this connection. It is meant to be slow. You are meant to take your time. So let's start with your person's card. They got the Nine of Cups and Strength. You are a wish fulfillment to them. I don't think you understand how much they enjoy the things that you've brought to them. But the thing is, they have things to overcome. And whatever these struggles are, I'm not quite sure, but the Strength card does let me know that they will persevere, because they themselves are a fighter. They themselves have a spirit within them that does not give up. They definitely want to overcome their struggles so that they can be a better person for you, so that they can be a better partner, so that they can provide all the things that they want for you. And for some of them, it might just be overcoming the idea of having to settle down with one person, or giving up their freedom to be with other people, especially if they do have quote like a roster or something to that extent. They might just have to be telling people like, hey, I no longer want to see you, or hey, I know we had a good time, but I found somebody. I feel like they might have to do that, or they might have to tailor their lifestyle to something a little bit more commitment worthy for you. So don't think that they're not thinking about you. They really are. I feel like if they have withdrawn, it's because they have to contemplate what life is going to be like now that they want to take it to a next level with you. Because for the majority of you, I feel like they do want to take it there. And some of you, this aggression that I was seeing in the oracles, the tiger energy that you were presenting to their little oyster, they understand why you were pushing them to it. Because I feel like they don't really fear the tiger. They don't mind that energy. It's just that they wish that you were a little bit more patient with them. And that's fair, because here you are with the Seven of Wands energy, and you're just ready to like go. You're ready to take this on. Because when I see this particular card, I'm thinking that this lady and this tiger are ready to like fight whoever's over this hill. So yeah, that's you and your tiger. That's Princess Jasmine and Raja, ready to fight whoever's coming over that wall. But like, you gotta chill a little bit, pile 3. I'm saying this with so much love, and so is your person. You gotta chill a little bit. Give it a little bit more time. There is no time limit here to the time you and your person have. With the Ten of Wands, it came out reversed. And usually when I read the Ten of Wands, I see it as burdens, or like a struggle, or something that's a little bit heavier than it should be, like something that's a lot more burdensome, or kind of not worth all the struggle, not worth the trouble. But because it came out reversed, I'm seeing this as it is a bit of a struggle, but it's one that is worth it. It's one that it's worth going through, or it's one that it's worth waiting out. Because I'm not sure if you and your person are together yet, and I want to say that quite literally, like you may not be living together yet, or because if you are in a connection, you might not, there's a physical distance somehow between you and your person. And this could be part of why you're so impatient, or why you wish they would commit a lot more. Because I feel like the distance is it's driving you a little crazy. And that's okay, pile 3. It's okay for you to think this way. Like, I understand, but you gotta give them their time to smooth out the burdens that they have, to let go of those weight that is going to allow them to come through for you. Because right now they're not there yet. With the Six of Swords and the World, like I said, this is gonna be the next step. Should you take it, or should you ask them out? The Six of Swords is the withdrawal, but we have the World. So I'm reading this two ways. Should they leave you, should they want to not accept this and go away, you will still have the World, and you will learn better how to value yourself and how to handle people who take too much time. However, another way that I'm seeing it is this person will want to find refuge within you. They're willing to walk away from all the things that were not making them happy, or all the things that were just, that weren't benefiting them. Because I feel like you've learned how to empower this person, and they would see you as the World, as endgame. Because I feel like for the majority of you, this person does see you as endgame. But there's something about leaving behind a very particular way of thinking, a particular way of seeing the world. And either they will accept that and accept you, or they will not be ready and leave. Which I know they're two very different answers. And I can't really, because we have so many people watching this and because we have different, you know, viewpoints here, I can't really make up their mind for them. But you know what, pile 3, I'm gonna go ahead and get one of the Illuminator Oracle cards for you. To see if you should like actually take the next step here, because this is something you're supposed to do. So let's get a card for my pile. Oh, okay, that's too many. For my pile 3. It's on its way to you. Don't make the first move. They're coming to you. Don't make the first move. Whoever is meant to be in your life is coming to you if it's not this person. But for the most of you, it's going to be don't make the first move. Let them come to you. Let them come to you when you're ready. But it's going to take time. With the Knight of Crystals here, the Knight of Pentacles, it's going to take time. But they will come to you. You just have to be patient. You have to be patient. It's on its way to you. It's on its way to you, pile 3. Okay. Let's move on to what's underneath the Knight of Crystals. The Knight of Wands. Oh yeah, but when they're ready, they're going to come through. Like, it might be slow to start. It might be slow moving right now. But as soon as they're ready to go, they're going to come through and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. But you just have to deal with this stalling right now. It could be a retrograde right now. I'm not sure what's going on, whether it's Mercury or Venus or whatever. This is meant to be a timeless reading, so take whatever resonates. But let's go ahead and get your closing advice cards. I'm using the Let Go deck by Akal Pritam. We have this card. You are supported and will have helpers whenever you need them. Let them come. There it is again. Let them come to you. Let them come to you. Even though you're a tiger and you go after whatever you want, or a tigress, let them come to you. Let this little oyster grow legs and come to you. Let the pearl roll out and come to you. And then we have the Cupid Says Oracle for messages from your person's higher self to you. I feel like it will be very empowering for them to have you allow them to come to you, is what I'm hearing. They did have the Aries energy in their oracles, and Aries loves to be the one who comes through. But I feel like you do too, pile 3, so swallow your pride this time. Allow yourself to be in that Empress energy. All right. You have I want to give up. I'm hearing they want to give up whatever they have. Like whatever lifestyle that they had previously. They either want to give it up, or it has made them want to give up on something. I feel like before they wanted to give up on giving relationships a try. Or not relationship. Well, maybe for some of you relationships, but commitment. I feel like they were in that player energy because relationships was just too much for them. We also have I just want to know why. I feel like this is you. It could also be them wanting to know why you're approaching this so aggressively. Perhaps. No more secrets. Yeah, they're gonna come through with a lot of messages for you eventually. I love you more. Yeah, they love you, pile 3. Or they will learn to love you more through this particular event that you're currently going through, or whatever this slow down of this connection is. Heal yourself first. I love this card because while you're waiting for them, look into your healing. Heal your heart, heal your inner child, your whatever lingering wounds you may have, or whatever is in the way of you fully embracing the self-love that is within you. Back of the deck energy. You are incredible. Do you know that? This person finds you very incredible. This perhaps is, like I said, for some of you, you're in that perhaps energy, that gray area. Like you don't know where this is going to go. And maybe some of you have even wanted to give up. But I know that there is love and there is healing here. There's also a lot of questions and a lot of clarification that needs to be brought up. Wait until after the retrograde is over for those of you currently experiencing a retrograde. And for those of you where you're waiting for this person to get their ish together, focus on you. You don't have to wait for them. Just focus on you. and your heart and your own healing and the amazing person that you are. But this is all I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 4. If you chose the Smoky Quartz and the Dragon card, then we have a reading here for you today about why you are drawn to your person. So full disclosure, it's been a few days since I did the last 3 piles. So if I referenced them and I don't remember, that's probably why. And I also had my nails done since then. So let's move on to your reading. So first things first about your person. They're a very deep person. There's something here about them not being the typical, I don't know, there's just something very profound about them. Like anytime you talk to them, it may begin surface level, but then as you keep talking and talking, it like gets more deep and profound to the point that you either find yourself sharing your deepest, darkest secrets with them, or they may do that with you as well. It's something about the chemistry between you and this person. It's I'm hearing it's on a molecular level, the things that go on between you and this person. But let's go ahead and look at their oracles to see why exactly you are drawn to your dragon. We have the Bardo, L. We have the Mother, 1. Very interesting. I want to say L is 50. If so, there's something about the number 50 here, because the Mother in this deck is the first card, and they got 2 archetype cards from this particular deck. We also have Joy, Celebration, Awe, and Harvest. And let me censor this. We also have Hedonist, light attributes, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Shadow attributes, pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. And the last card they got is Pluto, control. A marionette dances on its strings. Sometimes control can help you to master a subject. Often it can be a misuse of power or overly self-protective. Ask yourself whether control is helping or hurting. Then connect with the part of you that is comfortable with letting go. So this person is very dominant, and I'm not surprised, because anytime I think of dragon, I think of somebody who is just very much in control of something. This is somebody who has a lot of wealth, who has a lot of whatever it is that they like, whatever it is that they have, they probably have an abundance of it. I'm getting a very abundant kind of energy from your person. They don't necessarily have to be a mother, and they don't necessarily have to be feminine either. I know there's a lot of feminine cards here, but what I'm getting is that this somebody is somebody that likes to really nurture themselves. I feel like they may have had either mother issues or maybe an absent mother growing up, and this is part of the reason that they've really had to learn how to nurture themselves. They're very self-reliant. They don't really need anybody, and that could be part of the reason you're drawn to them, because you either want to become just like this, or even seeing somebody not need somebody makes you want to provide for them somehow. They're very, very, I want to say abundant, but also they have an ability to manifest quite literally anything that they want. I feel like they already have, so they're at the point where their manifestations just come second nature to them. They don't really have to think about it. Things are just provided for them. With Joy, I get the feeling that this person is rather happy. Like, they're a very joyful person. They have a very nice composure and attitude is what I'm hearing. But they're also very, it's like, if they are controlling, which I believe they are, not of people, but of their environment, you wouldn't really realize it until you got to know them, because there's something about them being just so lovely and kind on the surface, but like little by little, as you get to know them, you realize that they're actually leading, and I'm hearing they're controlling everything with an iron fist. They lead everything in their life. They come off as the queen, but they're very much a king, if that makes any sense. They're actually not even a king. They're quite literally an emperor, empress kind of energy. Like, you don't even know the extent of how powerful they are until you really get to know them. For those of you who already know them, of course. For those of you who don't, this is just letting you know this is what's going on with this person. This is part of the reason you're drawn to them. You and this person have a similar of power, like a liking of power. Like, they already have it. So again, whether they realize it or not, they have quite a bit of influence over the things and people around them. And you're just drawn to it because it's kind of like you're in their gravitational orbit. You just can't help but be pulled to them. It's been a very similar kind of energy in a lot of these piles where everybody has like a very similar magnetic pull to them. or at the very least, that's the case between you and this person. With Pluto, I am getting very strong Scorpio vibes, but if not Scorpio, then at the very least, like a Pluto in the first house, or Pluto in the, I'm hearing, seventh house, quite possibly on the ascendant. They don't necessarily have to be a mother, but like I said, they have a very nurturing energy to them. They would make a very great parent. They would make a very good mentor as well, which is another thing that's been coming out in a lot of these piles. With dragon, whenever I think of dragons, I think of how they hoard their wealth, their gold, and their treasures and everything. But I don't think this person is necessarily that stingy. I feel like they don't mind sharing what they have, or at the very least, letting you know how they got to where they are, like how they came about everything that they have. Because with joy, I get the feeling that they're very pleasant to be around. Quite literally, there's somebody who's very... It's funny because these two ladies have a very similar look on their face. They have their eyes closed. They're enjoying the fruits of their labor. They're both eating like purple fruit. Well, no, this is a cup. But they're both enjoying the fruits of their labor, and they have their eyes closed as if they don't really have a care in the world. And I truly, truly love this. It's like, yeah, I have it all together and you can too. Just, let me know. We'll hang out and I'll tell you. It's that kind of energy. Like, this is definitely somebody who could be anybody's friend, because they're the kind of person who knows that they can learn a little bit from anybody. I am going to read from the book for the Bardo, because I'm not quite sure what that is, but I do notice the skulls around here. So they might have a little bit of an interesting past. So from the book, the Bardo, the liminal, the in-between, the transition, it is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us, or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is a potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. When light, spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, truth. When dark, torment, dislocation, hallucination, and transience. So this person, like I said, I'm being brought back to this face, these faces over here with their eyes closed, enjoying the fruits of their labor. But then I'm also seeing this particular face. When the eyes are open, they're making sure they're in control. But notice that the person they're controlling is not somebody else. It's quite literally a smaller version of themselves. They are somebody who, like I said, they're capable of manifesting, but more than that, they're able to transition between one place to another. It could be quite literally from like one physical space to another, but they're also very much capable of, I'm hearing somebody who code switches a lot. Like, they know how to speak and when to speak to somebody. If they are very spiritual, which wouldn't surprise me for this person, they know when to speak to your soul, and they know when to speak to your 3D self. And I feel like this is something that draws a lot of people to them. Like, whenever somebody needs wisdom, they go to this person because they understand that they will hear exactly what they need to hear from them, whether this person is aware of it or not. And then, of course, if they need to hear something more practical, like practical advice, again, they will go to this person because they know how to transition between the two modes of communicating, if that makes any sense, or the two modes of understanding somebody. Quite literally, they're somebody who understands anybody, even the darkest things within anybody. They could have a psychology background. They're not psycho, but they might deal with psychos, I'm sure. Especially in their past. I feel like in their past, they may have had to deal with people who have some sort of mental illness, because they have not come about this just because this is how they were born. They were not born this way. They had to really work to get there. That's where Pluto comes in. Pluto is a very transformational planet, and that goes very well with the Bardo. But like I said, you wouldn't know this about this person until you really got to know them, until you sat down with them one evening and learned quite a bit about their life story. They don't put this on display for everybody. What they put on display instead is this lovely person who is full of joy and a good time. But much like a dragon can look like a good time, you get to their lair and it's like, oh wow, I didn't know you were this rich. And quite literally, they could be not just rich like with money, but also rich in spirit, rich in personality, rich in experience, I'm hearing, because I feel like a lot of people have so much to learn from this person. It wouldn't surprise me if they were some kind of spiritual mentor or a teacher, or Why am I hearing trophy wife, trophy husband? Somebody who is, yeah, this person, they could have been divorced, or they could be divorced. I don't know. I feel like this is somebody who wouldn't be single that often. It's quite interesting. So if by chance they are, because I feel like a lot of you people are attracted to this person, it's quite interesting. Let me go ahead and get your cards, pile 4, because I'm interested to see how you fit into all of this. So I'm going to draw the cards that, 1, let me know why you are drawn to this person, and 2, how you compare or how you relate to this person. So for your Wild Unknown Archetype card, we have the Father. Very interesting. So quite literally, I feel like there's a sense of you guys are very compatible. I feel like this is somebody who is I don't like saying divine counterpart, but that's the word that is coming through. That's the term that is coming through. Let's go ahead and get your animal card. If they live fully in their feminine energy, then you live fully in your masculine energy. I feel like your energies combine very well, and it wouldn't surprise me if this person considered you a friend, at the very least. With the dragon, let's get your animal card. We have mouse. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I could see you feeling a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot underneath this person, because when you compare a mouse to a dragon, yeah, I can tell this person makes you nervous, or at the very least, they make you second guess a lot of what you thought about life, especially if you yourself have walked a similar life, because I feel like you have very similar backgrounds. Let's get your other archetype card from my pile 4. We have Exorcist, light attribute, freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. I feel like both of these things are the case with this person. I'm hearing that you might actually provide a service for them with the Exorcist. Like you may help them with some sort of organization or organizing something. You could, I'm hearing some of you might help them clean up. Take that how it resonates, whether it's in their habits or whether it's their physical space. We also have the astrology card, the What's in Your Stars card. Okay, this card didn't want to go back in. Communication, Gemini material. A message in a bottle travels by sea. Your words and ideas reach further than you may know. We are all connected, and the way we express our thoughts can have influence on others. Open the channels of communication and exchange ideas with respect, kindness, and love. So I feel like you may work with this person, or you communicate very effectively with this person, because I feel like for some reason you see yourself below this person, at least when it comes to this mouse card. But honestly, I feel like you're more compatible in whatever way you want to see that than you realize, whether it's as co-workers, friends, or lovers here. Because I'm reading it for a little bit of everything. Nothing has been strictly been put or framed in a very particular way. And then your Cosmos card. We have the Student. Very interesting. So you could be a student of theirs. That wouldn't surprise me. That's been the case in a lot of these readings, where the person that that the viewer is being drawn to is on some other level, and this person will be like a little bit below them, or they feel themselves below them. But here's where the difference is. You operate on very different modes of being. If this person is very much all in their feminine energy, in this mother energy, then you are in the opposite energy. You are much more in the masculine, or you have a very masculine way of approaching things. Again, this doesn't mean that they are a woman and you're a man. I'm just saying this is how the energies are. They're more passive, you're more active. They kind of let things happen to them, and you allow things, you make things happen, if that makes any sense. I feel like you're very much in this how do I put it? Because I don't want to say worker mentality, but like you're all about putting in the hard work right now, and you hope to one day get to where this person is, whatever that may be. Because with the Student, we have curiosity, flexibility, and eloquence. I feel like you're actually rather good at switching between the the masculine and feminine, the yin and yang energies, because in this particular card, we have two very different views of the father. We have this one, then we have the inverted image. And notice how the mother doesn't have that. The mother is like already at completion. Here I'm seeing like two very opposite sides trying to become one, trying to become this complete energy, if that makes any sense. So I feel like you're operating in two very different modes right now, pile 4, and you want to learn how to get to the point where you don't have to do that, and you want to operate from one particular mode, and that is whatever this person has. With exorcist, like I said, right now you are in a, I keep hearing cleaner and cleaning, so take that how it resonates. Taking that to mean cleaning energy or cleaning spaces, basically organizing and getting all your ducks in a row. You're in a mode where you're doing everything you can to set yourself up to be a much more complete person, a much more successful person, a much more thriving individual. And because you see this person as already having it made, you want to get there. This person could be your boss, it could be somebody you work for, it could even be a client who has a lot more than you currently do, if that makes any sense. With the mouse, it's so cute because I feel like when you compare your life to this person, you feel like a mouse. You feel like a mouse scurrying within the dragon's cave, you know, within all that wealth and all those jewels. Like, even if you wanted to have that, you couldn't take it because you're just a little mouse being able to only carry like 2 or 3 coins at a time. So this is where I see this a disconnect between you and this person, because honestly, when I'm tapping into your energy, pile 4, I feel like you could be on par with this person, but there is something here about self-doubt, or maybe not feeling that you have gotten there yet, that keeps you from truly embodying this dragon energy. Because like I said, a mouse cannot carry what a dragon has, so you feel that you just do not compare. But the truth is, especially when I see all of this, you will get to where this person is because you have a different way of getting there. Like I said, this person could be like a trophy spouse. I feel like they have been provided for. They could be an heir or an heiress. I feel like everything they have, they've already been given. If they have had to earn it somehow, it was very different to the way you've had to earn it. This person, like I said, their way of operating is code switching. They may have had a very distraught past, but I feel like you have too, pile 4. I feel like you both have a very similar past, and this may be part of the reason you two are very close, because I do feel like there's a friendship at the very least, possibly a romantic relationship if that resonates, but I feel like for most of you, there is a kinship here between you and this person. You just were given different paths there. With the communication, I feel like you're usually the one who initiates communication with this person, whether it's for professional reasons or friendship reasons. I feel like you're just better at setting up things than they are. I feel like you're more organized. You know how to plan things. You know how to get things done. You know how to go through the course of action to get from point A to point B. This person, not always. I feel like they'd rather have other people do that for them, or they just somehow magically manage to stumble into it, if that makes any sense. But like I said, with this control, you kind of wonder how they get to where they are if they themselves are nowhere near as organized as you are. Because I feel like their sense of organization is different from yours. And yet somehow you learn from each other in this regard. I really do love this. Like I said, it could be a friendship. It could be a partnership. I feel it's mostly platonic for this particular group. But if you do want to see it as romantic, I feel like it works well. I feel like as a romantic couple, this is, you two might already have children together because they do have mother and father. So regardless of what you identify as, regardless of whether you are a mother or a father, I feel like your styles of parenting or your styles of operating within this connection complement each other very well. You get along very well, but you do things differently. But I feel like there's a respect there. And again, if it is a romantic relationship, then this is odd. This is going to be one of those relationships where the intimacy is the kind that renews the other person. Like, it's not just on a physical level, it's on a transformational 5D level, and it's very deep and it's very spiritual, regardless of whether how spiritual you or your person are. Like, there's a feeling here that if this is your lover, this is somebody you've learned a lot from. This is somebody who, again, may have had a very different background from you, but you learn in the way that they've had to deal with things, and they learn from you. Because the student, it's more strongly on your side, pile 4, but don't take that to mean that they themselves also don't learn, because a teacher is always a student. Any teacher who teaches anything will tell you this. They learn more from their students than from, you know, wherever their place of education was. So there's definitely a give and take here. I love this. If this is a romantic relationship, it's a very beautiful one at that. Of course, your person will probably call the shots a little bit more than you like, and that's just something you have to get used to or something you've had to overcome. But you are the one who communicates more effectively. But again, the dragon and the mouse, I feel like you may feel that your person doesn't need you or that you don't play that big of a role. But what I'm seeing, again, for the romantic aspect of this, or even if it's not romantic, you pay attention to details. You pay attention to the small things that your person either overlooks or just cannot help to be bothered with. I feel like, again, they just see a bigger picture than you do. And they themselves could be the star of the show. They could like bring all the... This is very much an extrovert and introvert kind of energy. Not necessarily that you have to operate by those two words, but if people were to, you know, categorize you as the extrovert or introvert, your person is more likely the extrovert and you're more the introvert. But regardless, there's something here that just works. And I truly love this about this particular connection. But let's go ahead and move on to the tarot portion. Out of all the piles, I feel like this is, if this is a romantic connection, I feel like you guys are already together or have been together for a while, because there's something about making things work. And if you're friends or coworkers or something to that extent, acquaintances, again, I feel like it works. Even though it looks different on the outside, or you yourself may think it's very different, and you may wonder why you're drawn to this person sometimes, it's because it works somehow. And something about a very similar upbringing as well. So for the tarot portion, we have the Star Child Tarot. And I've been doing it differently in every pile. So for this particular pile, I'm going to keep it simple because there's nothing too crazy here. I feel like you're both very honest people, and I really do appreciate that about you. Or at the very least, your higher selves are very honest. Like there's nothing to hide here. There's nothing to... well, I guess we'll see that in the tarot. But one card is going to be for you, what draws you to your person. The other card is going to be, what about your person allows them to be drawn to you? Because like I said, they're a great manifester. I feel like they've called you in. So we're going to see exactly what it is about you that draws your person to you. And then the third is going to be how you two operate together. And the fourth and fifth, I'm going to draw two cards. Two things you need to know about this connection. Okay, so for my pile one, additional information about what draws them to their person. We have the Two of Cups. Oh yeah, there's definitely a kinship here. There's a love between you and this person, whether it's friendship or a romantic relationship. I feel like it works regardless. And you may have had a hard time resisting them, pile four. And then your person, what they like about you or what draws them to you. Nine of Wands. They like your spirit. They like your fighting spirit. They like that you just put your whole self into something. They love your passion. I feel like if you have an attitude, they love it. If you have whatever that fire and passion it is within you, they absolutely love it. I could also take this to mean that they love how you do things for them, but I'm not seeing that as much, because I feel like if they can pull any strings to get you to where you need to be, they would. So they are doing things in their own manner. It's just going to be different from how you do them. All right. Something we need. What keeps this connection together? Three of Cups. I feel like you run in either similar social circles, or you could have a family together already, because we did have mother and father in the oracles. But regardless, there's a sense of joy when you two get together. Like you could take on the world. You love being seen. You love being surrounded by your people, your friends, your family, your children, if you have any. And then two cards about what we need to know about this particular connection. But there's a lot of love here. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords, anxiety, and Queen of Swords. I'm not sure who it is that suffers from the anxiety here, but I definitely feel that it could be your person, because I did say that they have a history of dealing with people with mental illness or some sort of thing. It could also be you, pile four, because like I said, you did mirror. But if there's something that this particular connection does, is that it eases anxiety. Because when the Queen of Swords comes to the Nine of Swords, it's almost like she smooths out the wrinkles within their mind of what is going wrong or what's going on. I feel like, especially because we had that communication card, when the both of you get together, it's like you allow your worries to vanish. Like somehow between your communication, your talks, or your conversation, it eases all the worries in the world. It's like you're very healing to each other. And I typically don't take swords to be very healing, but because we have two very, well, similar in that they're the same suit, but different in how they operate. The Queen of Swords, when she is in her nurturing energy, which she typically is because she is a queen, she's somebody who provides logic, who can see through anything. So if there's one way to calm your person or yourself or this particular connection, it's the conversations that you have. I feel like they're very healing because even as I'm speaking right now, it's like you don't realize the extent to which you change your person just by offering certain words of advice. And I know your person does this too, because I was explaining that whenever I was reading their oracle cards. But I feel like you're very much the same. I feel like you do the same to each other. And this is just something that keeps this relationship very strong. And it actually nurtures a very emotional and quite it heals the inner child. I feel like even if you yourselves are very different, like if you're both very mature and serious when you're when you're apart, whenever you're operating in your own terms, when you come together, there's a sense here of like childlike wonder, of feeling very comfortable with each other, of understanding each other. Even it's very lovely energy. And I feel like this only adds to the emotional depth of this particular relationship of the each of you. Like I said, you operate very differently. You yourself operate from a more emotional based energy, pile 4, and your person, they operate on a more action based, or they prefer to see action within a relationship, especially if they come from relationships where people haven't really fulfilled the things that they have been asking of. And then when you get together, it's like you're just always having a good time. The Three of Cups is also a card of friendship for me. So regardless of whether it's strictly a friendship or even if it's a romantic relationship, there's just a huge sense of joy within the both of you. Sorry if you notice a cut pile for I had to do some storage management on my camera. But like I said, there is a sense here that you both fulfill each other. It's very divine and complementary energy. And honestly, just looking at all of this, even this Nine of Wands and Nine of Swords energy, I'm thinking of the number 9. I feel like you two are quite a presence within your community because your person is able to offer you a lot of things within the community. You're able to better put in your efforts and your mark on your particular community or your I keep saying organization, so I'm wondering if quite literally you two work within an organization or you own an organization. So take that only if it resonates. But I really do love this energy where you're both just very complementary to each other. The Nine of Swords does indicate that there could be some insecurities within this connection. I feel like they mostly come from you, pile 4, because like I said, you hold your person up to such a high standard, or like maybe even put them on a pedestal. But the truth is, you have a lot to provide yourself. You have a lot to offer the world as well. I feel like if they are the light within, like I'm being shown a stage, if they're the lights and the special effects of a stage that allows people to go ooh and ah, then you are the actual play itself that is going on and people are being drawn into and being, I feel like you play such a bigger role within this connection and within whatever it is that you both do that you don't realize it. I feel like there's some sense here that sometimes, as much as you love them, they can bring out insecurities within you. But this Queen of Swords card is here to let me know that, well, one, you can also be this Queen of Swords, and two, your person's higher self in particular is saying this couldn't be further from the truth. They're saying that you have so much to offer that sometimes you make them feel inadequate. Whether they've ever expressed that or not, I feel like that could be a conversation you both have. But there is so much love between you two. Like, it'd be disappointing to see this connection not work out somehow because of insecurities here. But again, this could be something you heal within this connection. This could be something you decide to heal on your own because you want to pursue this friendship, relationship, marriage, whatever this may be. Because I feel like it could be on all accounts this very particular thing, because you two offer the world something so beautiful. I mean, we even have a little rainbow here. And that makes me think of the Ten of Cups, because in the Rider-Waite, the Ten of Cups has the rainbow. But here, it started with the both of you. But yeah, this is such lovely energy. I can see why you're drawn to this person, because quite honestly, they manifested you, and you're more than they ever thought that they could ever have within their life. But let's go ahead and get some closing statements. I'm going to start with the Let Go cards by Akal Pritam. And then we're going to have some Cupid Says cards. And I want to say that's all I used for closing cards, right? All right, we have this card. She's in a field and there's flowers here and a small little butterfly. Like I said, transformation is important here. Reach, stretch, breathe, believe. What can you let go to feel maximum joy? I feel like this person makes it a point for you to feel joy. If this is something that they are better at than you, I feel like they try to really instill this within you because you work so hard, because you provide so much. I feel like they make it a point to let you know that it is okay for you to be happy too, that it's okay for you to smile and laugh every day for as long as you want. I do get the feeling that they offer this joyful energy to you, or they're the kind of person who really likes to make you laugh. They love to see you smile. They love your smile more than anything. When they don't see you smile, they worry. And then we have some Cupid Says oracle cards. For my pile 4. We have the end is near. That's that Nine of Swords energy. I'm not sorry. We have ask and you shall receive. That's their energy that's able to manifest anything. How could you be so attractive? Yeah, I feel like even if they are a friend, I feel like this is a friend that you see just so drop dead beautiful. You're like, how can this person just look and be like that? And even you hope to one day be like that. And of course, if there's a romantic relationship, you just find this person so beautiful, so handsome, so gorgeous. We have Lie to Me. I feel like there's a disconnect here. Let me get one more card. Stop asking. One more. It starts from you. So I can see that there's been... Be patient. Somebody here, and I want to say it's you, pile 4. If there's been any sense of doubt within this connection with the end is near, lie to me, and I'm not sorry, I feel like this person has nothing but love to offer you. And I feel that part of the reason you're here is to see whether it's worth staying within this connection or not. Spirit is saying you can do what you want. You can do whatever you want. You can let go of them. You can move on. But the thing is, whatever impact they have had on you and your life, it is something worth noting that it has changed you for the better. Because when it comes to them, they want nothing but goodness for you. And it's all a matter of you feeling worthy of being within this connection or not, of you feeling worthy. Because I can understand wanting to compare yourself to this person, or maybe some of the things they do or have been through or that they have make you feel like you are less than or make you feel inadequate. And if that's the case, if you have to take a break from them, by all means, I feel like Spirit is okay with this. The thing is, they're going to come back at some point. Reach, stretch, breathe, believe. What can you let go of to feel maximum joy? Some of you may believe it's letting go of this person, and that could very much be the case depending on what it is. But with the patient card and it starts from you, I feel like Spirit is asking you to take some accountability here for the thoughts that you've allowed to fester within the back of your mind about this particular person. Because I'm not saying your person is perfect, by no means are they. I do feel like you do a lot for them, and you yourself, like I said, may not see this, but they operate in such a different way, the things they provide for you. But do understand that, well, one, the answers the answers that you are looking for about this particular connection, should you want to move on from them, should you want to separate or take a break, they have to come from you. I feel like, especially if you're somebody who likes to ask, if you like to consult a lot of tarot readers or a lot of energy healers, it all comes from you. You have to look within yourself, because a lot of you are a lot more intuitive than you realize. And two, take accountability for how you feel. I don't think your person's going out of their way to make you feel this way. They can do it indirectly, but I feel like there's a conversation that has to be had here. So start with that conversation if it already hasn't been had. And two, be patient. Some of the things that this connection is bringing up within you are things that you are meant to work through. They are old wounds that are being brought back up because there's something about you needing to heal them and let them go, or to work through them, or to better understand them. So I really hope this makes sense, because I can tell that some of you may have your doubts and insecurities about this connection. What's underneath the Be Patient card? I support your decision no matter what. You know what, pile 4? I think your person loves you enough that if you wanted to let them go, or if you wanted to stop speaking to them or somehow have a break, they would understand it enough. They would understand you and love you enough to let you go. They would support it, because the amount of love that I'm feeling from them is just so profound. So profound. But of course, this is just my advice. This is just what I'm reading. This is just what is coming through. You don't have to listen to me. After all, the guidance all resides within you. I just want you to know your person loves you so much, regardless of how they seem to act or of how they operate. They have nothing but compassion for you. And I feel like you have the same. But if you're not okay within this, if you have to step away from this for a moment, that's okay as well. I don't think this is a connection that will ever truly be broken, if that makes any sense. But this is where I leave you, pile 4. I hate to end this on such a sad note, but I could tell that there was just something underneath all of this trying to bubble up to the surface. I'm sending you and your person nothing but the best, sending you both all of my love, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 5. If you chose this lovely chaorite and the panther card, then we have a reading here for you about why you are drawn to your person. Full disclosure, it's been a few days since I did the first 3 piles, and today I'm doing the 4th and 5th. So if things look a little different, or if I'm mentioning things from other piles that don't make sense, that's probably why. But first things first, so for this connection, well, maybe it's not a connection, but for this particular person, I'm not sure if you, pile 5, are the kind of person who is attracted to people who are just a little bit aggressive, or like whenever you see the anger in somebody, you just feel drawn to it. I feel like you're somebody who may enjoy watching like certain sports, like boxing or MMA or something along those lines, because there is something about this person. When you saw them furious, you lit up somehow about them. You were like, oh, okay, I like that. This person could just be somebody full of passion and a lot of conviction. I feel like whatever they go for, whatever they are truly passionate about, it brings out something very fierce and beautiful within them, regardless of their energy. I feel like, yes, they could have rather lovely eyes as well, because they are just glowing here. But there's something here about this person, when you saw them furious about a particular subject, or even passionate, like speaking excitedly about something, it just drew you to them even more than you thought you could be drawn to. But that's the first thing coming through here. I'm going to go ahead and read their oracles, so that we can get a glimpse into who this person is and maybe part of the reason you're drawn to them. And then we're going to do your cards. So we have the Mystic, number 21. We have Air Element, Mind, Ideas, and Descendant. Very interesting. I'm loving this color pattern here, where we have a lot of black, but also like very popping colors. We also have Child, Magical, Light Attributes, Seeing the Potential for Sacred Beauty in All Things, the belief that everything is possible. Shadow Attributes, Pessimism, Depression, Disbelief in miracles, Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. I'm getting the light attributes more than anything, because this person is very idealistic and they're willing to fight for the things they believe in. We also have Aquarius wisdom, innovation. A gate flies open. When a gate that was closed opens with no warning, one must be in the right place at the right time to step through. When new ideas emerge, open your mind to receive them, else they will recede unnoticed or unremembered. I don't think it was your intention to be drawn to this person, pile 5, but you were just drawn to, it's their personality more than anything, because I feel like they could be a very attractive person, but there's somebody who hides in the shadows a lot. I'm not sure if you met them online or if you just didn't really notice them too much, because when I think of a panther, I think of so they're predators, but they're able to hide in the shadows. They're able to, walk by unnoticed because they're very quiet. But I'm also getting a sense that this person is just, you don't really notice them until they start talking about something they care about. That's what I'm getting with the air element, because the air element is conversation. They show their passion through their ability to debate, through their ability to bring like an argument, but in a very clear and concise way. This person is very much a thinker. I wouldn't be surprised if they're giving me like king or queen of swords energy here. With the child magical, I get again that they're very idealistic. There's something very sweet about them and quite innocent, but I feel like that's a little bit I'm getting more idealism than anything. It's almost like they have a purity of heart, if that makes any sense. Like they still have a childlike wonder about how the world should be. Like that idealism is just so stubborn, but I feel like it's what fuels their passion. That they have a vision in this world that it should be a certain way, and that's kind of what they really want to fight for. I'm not exactly sure what their vocation is here, but if they were like a doctor possibly, because I feel like doctors have to have that purity of heart where they want to just heal and nurture everybody. But I'm also getting somebody who, if they work with innovation, I'm getting that they could be somebody who works in the tech industry, or they might be able to come up with some sort of invention that betters the world, if that makes any sense, and that's part of their passion. Or they might even just want to create the funds for that, if that makes any sense. With the air element though, they do live in their mind a lot, but I feel like that's part of the reason that they're very idealistic. This is definitely somebody who likes to meditate for practical reasons at the very least. I'm not sure about spiritual, because if they are spiritual, it's not on purpose. I feel like they do things like meditation or breath work or yoga for purely practical reasons, at least at the start. Because with the mystic, they don't mean to be a mystical person. I feel like this is just what happens when you tap into your inner child, or when you don't really let it go and then you make it a point to want to create a better world. You can't help but be brought into the spiritual. You can't help but be brought into this magical energy that allows you to do whatever it is that you want to see within the world. They definitely have a vision with these lovely green eyes here, and they envision the world being a better place somehow. They could be whatever it is that they do for work. I feel like they do it for the greater good. They do it to better people's lives. And I really do love this passion within them, where they're very idealistic, but it's for practical purposes. Again, they hold on to that inner child because this child didn't always have everything growing up, so they want to see that be brought into the world. They're the kind of people who want to make life easier for everybody. But let's go ahead and get your cards to see why you were drawn to your person. They are definitely a light and dark. That's what I'm getting, especially with all these dark cards, with all this black and then the light coming through, because they want to illuminate the world. I feel like they already do that. I'm also noticing how quiet my voice has gotten in this particular pile, so I'm wondering if they don't typically speak up, or if they themselves are very quiet until it comes to something they are passionate about, until it comes to like defending people. Because even though the panther is a predator, I get that they're more of a protector. They're only a predator when they have to be. So for my pile 5, let's get your Wild Unknown Archetype card. We have the Crone, number 13. This came out in another pile. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2. But if you were drawn to either of those two, or you're coming from those piles, just take this as confirmation. We have your astrology card to see how you fit this particular energy. We have Mars, assertiveness. Runners race across the field. Make the earth shake under your feet as you run for your goals. Move forward with power and energy. Get fired up, find your motivation, and make progress assertively. It's time to take action. It's funny because I feel like they're the Panther card, but yet I feel like you're the one who's a little bit more assertive or a little bit more dominant within this connection. Like you are drawn to that fire that your Panther person has, but you yourself also have a fire. And it's like you light each other up. I feel like you two come from a very similar way of operating where you're both in the shadows, because I'm looking at this. Is it a raven or a crow? I can't remember. But again, both are black animals here. So very similar ways of operating here. And then we have your animal card for my pile 5. Okay, you get 2. We have the bee and the nightingale. Very interesting. Lots of flying animals, but also dark, because even the nightingale, notice how they're in a dark background and they're bringing light into the world. I feel like the both of you are very similar in your passions, or similar in the things that you fight for. You could just have very similar values for sure. I'm gonna get your Cosmo card, Cosmos Oracle card. We have water elements, very interesting. Emotion, intuition, imam kole, number 2. So, how do I put this? How do I say this? Where they operate more from logic, you operate more from emotion. You operate from, I'm hearing intuition as well. I feel like you're actually the more intuitive person of this connection, pile 5. And your person has the potential to be intuitive, and they probably have been or are, but they kind of don't really, I'm not saying they don't care about it. It's just like it's not their primary concern. They live more in the physical world, because the panther is very much an earth animal. Even though within this deck it's considered a fire animal, I'm thinking of how it like treads on the floor, on the ground, how it walks, how it's very silent, how it I'm getting a very earthy energy from your person despite this fire within them. So they could be a combination of both. And what am I missing? The archetype card. The second archetype card. I think that somehow you have been a missing piece or a key ingredient to the light that they have been searching, is what I am hearing. Especially when I look at these cards. Like you were a missing ingredient in the things that they were looking to further their cause or further their passion. So for you, we have rebel, light attributes, challenges authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Shadow attributes, rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. So very similar energies here with Aquarius and Rebel. I feel like, because Aquarius is considered a very rebellious sign and that they do not conform by societal norms, but I feel like they were drawn to that about you. So you two are very similar. And that's part of the reason you were drawn to this person. The only difference I can see is that your person is a lot more outspoken, a lot more outgoing, even though, like I said, they hide in the shadows a lot. I feel like they only speak up, or they're only there to be a voice for a cause when they feel the need to do so, or they feel the need to be that way. It's giving me somebody who usually stands in the shadows until they are being asked or being called upon to say something, and then they show this very authoritative role that, quite honestly, it's like a strong but silent type that a lot of people fall for. Your person is very attractive, pile 5. I'm not gonna lie. When I think of the panther, I think of somebody who's well, I mean, you've seen large cats. They're just very beautiful. And I think this person, similarly, they're very attractive, but they themselves don't really care about that, or they don't see it, or they're just unaware. I feel like they draw a lot of people to them, because I'm even seeing how this cute little fairy person is just like smitten. Like, I feel like they show this energy. It's why am I hearing daddy energy? They see this energy whenever they speak out, and they're like, oh wow, this person is just something else. They might keep to the shadows because they're aware that their attractiveness could distract from like a common goal or from whatever it is that they want to achieve. So they make it a point to make sure that their work speaks for them. I feel like if they have used their good looks to get them ahead in life, they'll be very ashamed about it because, well, either they don't care for that, or they will be ashamed about it because they don't want that to be the case, or they'll see it as like a necessary evil. It's like, fine, if that's what it takes for me to get my point across or to get this particular thing going, then let it be that way, regardless of their gender, regardless of who it is. Because like I said, this person, very attractive, beautiful eyes, absolutely beautiful eyes. Doesn't matter what color they are, they don't have to be green like these. This person has a way about talking that people just want to listen to them, and it's part of the reason they're able to get so much done in life. Again, they don't like to credit their good looks for this, but unfortunately that's the case. But they're also very intelligent, because with the air element, I'm thinking of somebody who's in their head, somebody who's able to come up with plans very well, somebody who really thinks things through, especially with this Aquarius card. Aquarius are known for being geniuses in their own way. So this person could be a genius. They don't necessarily have to be, especially because, oh, I didn't even realize that there's like a very particular eye here. This person has a very open third eye and throat chakra, because these are the colors I'm seeing here. But they don't really, they're not aware of it. They're not very spiritual. Even though this mystic card is here, they're surrounded by mysticism. They may have had a family or a family member or members that were very spiritual, very intuitively gifted. So they understand and they know about it, but they kind of they don't care. Or at the very least, they don't now. I feel like in the future they will, or at some point in their life, they're going to accept it and be more open to this particular energy. But right now, at the very least, when you're seeing this, or maybe in the past, if they are already here, there was a point where they were just like, I don't care about mysticism. I don't care about the law of attraction, manifestation, blah, blah, blah. Like, they rejected that at some point, but it's so inherently within their blood and within their genetic makeup is what I'm hearing. It's so ingrained within them that it can't help but be brought back at some point in their life. So how do you fit in all this, pile 5? I'm quite interested. I feel like everybody else, you're very aware that they're very attractive. You're like, okay, yeah, sure, they have very beautiful eyes and I could stare into them forever. But what about that? It's like, I feel like you couldn't help but be attracted to this person, but it wasn't their physical looks, it was their passion. You saw them do or say something very particular, and that particular thing was what got you. This is very much a romantic relationship, if I haven't made that clear, by the way. And I feel like you may have started out as friends, or maybe you're still in that friends energy, pile 5, but quite honestly, you got it bad for this person too. But I feel with this rebellious card, you don't want to fall for this person, or you don't want to be like all these other people who are just swooning with this or at this person's physical looks. But the thing is, and I have to make this clear, you don't just like their physical looks. You probably fell more for what's inside, for their passion, for the things they do, for their mind, really, with the air element here. You fell for their inside before you fell for their outside. Like, you were aware they were attractive. You were aware that they were good looking. You're like, yeah, sure, whatever. But it was their heart that you really fell for. And this is quite cute. It's like, no, I don't just want to like them for their good looks, even though it was hard to deny they had good looks. But let's go ahead on to you, pile 5. I could see why you would think this person doesn't like you. Because when I see these two cards, the bee and the nightingale, you think you're small and light and tiny and that you're not very noticeable. But the thing is, especially when I think of this mystic card, it's is it a moth or a butterfly? I want to say it's a moth. They're actually drawn to exactly whatever it is that you are. They like their people to be, they like to notice the things that go unnoticed, if that makes any sense. They don't go for the things that are right in their face. They like the small details. They go for the people that are not noticeable, because they know these are the people who have the best things to say, the best advice, the best input. They like to hear from people who don't typically get a voice, if that makes any sense, because they know these people probably have a lot more insight into whatever it is that they need to hear. This is part of their intuition at work, by the way. They know exactly who to speak to. They know exactly who to trust. They have, wow, it's kind of interesting that this person denies that they have any kind of spiritual guidance here, because it's very strong. Because part of the reason they spoke to you, and I feel like they've approached you, they've introduced themselves, it's just part of how they operate. They were drawn to you like a magnet. It's like, this person has something interesting to say. This person, you, pile 5, because they're very drawn to you as well. This person has something very key. Because think about bees. They may be tiny, they may be small, but they play such a pivotal role in pollination and keeping our crops growing, thriving, and alive. If it wasn't for bees, we wouldn't be eating half of the fresh foods we eat right now. So more than half, honestly. So I feel like they understand how important you are into whatever it is that they're trying to achieve, even if it's just finding a person. I don't think this person is looking for somebody romantic, but when they find you, they find somebody very interesting. And the nightingale, there's something about your voice, there's something about what you have to say that draws them to you. You two might have very interesting conversations, especially with this rebel card. You're not like everybody else. And I don't mean to bring like pick me girl energy into this, but they quite honestly like how interesting you are. They like that whenever they see you, it's not exactly like with you, pile 5, what you see is not necessarily what you get. Sometimes you get more, or you get something that is a little bit complicated, but they like that. It's like they like the mental stimulation you provide for them. I feel like they could just hear you talk about whatever it is that they have to ask forever and for hours. With the crone, what I'm getting is that you're actually very experienced, regardless of your age, regardless of the of how you look as well. You're very much an old soul, pile 5, and they like this about you because an old soul recognizes an old soul. And I feel like you and this person, honestly, you're drawn to each other just as equally. I'll be very honest. This is the first pile where I see very similar modalities. You both operate from similar energies. You both are very used to being in the dark, or preferring to operate from like a very unseen kind of energy, because you understand that this is where you're going to get the best insights, or where you're going to get the best advice. You both meditate. This person on a more practical level, you on a more spiritual level, for sure. For sure. Even though you have the Mars card here, your assertiveness is part of what draws them to you. I feel like if you were to meet, for example, in a professional setting, they like how you work, they like how you operate, they like that you take charge, or that you have leadership qualities. This person is very attracted to that. They like how you move, and that could be honestly, yeah, they just like how you move. They like your body, and I feel like this is one of they I'm not sure how reluctant they were to fall for you as well, but I think they see it a little bit more readily than you do. Like, they know that you're somebody very attractive, not so much because of your physical appearance, even though, again, you are. I feel like they find you very cute and very beautiful in your own way. What they were drawn to about you is how you move and your mind. So there's quite literally a meeting of the spirits here. Like, you were both drawn to each other on a very spiritual level, regardless of how you look on the outside. This person for sure you find attractive. This person, they find you enticing, is what I'm hearing. It's kind of like I'm not sure what you do for a living, pile 5, but maybe when they first meet you, you're not exactly looking your best, or you're not looking how you normally do. So if it's because you wear like a uniform, or if it's because you have to look a certain way for work, or wherever it is that you are, I feel like they don't fully see you. And then one day they see you like in your actual normal clothing, and it's like, wow, this person is, they're very attractive. Like, I can feel them getting tongue-tied talking to you because they didn't realize you were this attractive outside of whatever situation it was that you first met each other at. But there's definitely a feeling here that regardless, they were drawn to your soul, they were drawn to your personality, they were drawn to your drive as well. I feel like there's, like I said, a meeting of the souls here, because you both have something very similar that you are drawn to. And it's rather beautiful. Like, I think this is very cute. I didn't even realize that there was like a love connection at first, and I feel like you both are the same way. Like, you didn't realize you were both very romantically drawn to each other until I feel like this person will ask you, or has asked you at one point, to speak about something in particular, and it ends up turning into something more. Like, you may end up speaking about your past, or your upbringing, or your goal, your drives, your ambition, and before you know it, it feels like a date, and it's like, oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie, some of you may end up hooking up on that particular non-date. Take that only if it resonates, of course. But let's move on to the tarot, because it's already been 20 minutes and I haven't even gotten to your tarot cards. Time will fly by with this person for sure. Again, it's that conversation that you both have. It's that meeting of the minds that let's face it, can be a lot more intimate than the meeting of the bodies, even though the bodies are very much drawn to each other as well. That's not how you shuffle. But you make this person nervous, pile 5. And I'm sure they, you know what? I don't think they make you as nervous. Like, you can understand why they would make you nervous, but I don't feel that they do. You make them nervous. Okay, so what do we want to do? I've been doing the tarot different for every pile because every pile has something different to say. So let's see. What draws them to you? What draws them to you? What you draw to them? Why you're drawn to them? One particular thing about this connection, like what you need to know, where it will be going, I'm hearing, and then a 5th one for some other random information. Okay, so why they are drawn to you. I feel like some of you would rather know that. Okay, we have the sun. Yeah, like I said, you bring a light to whatever it is that they're trying to do. You bring illumination. Also confidence, I'm hearing. They find you very confident. And then your person, why you're drawn to them. Honestly, I feel like they were drawn to you before you were drawn to them, and you're just now realizing that you're drawn to them, and you're like, sure, let me see what's going on. Okay, Queen of Cups. You're drawn to them because they value you, is what I'm hearing. The Queen of Cups is emotional nurturing, but they value you, is what I'm hearing. They value your insight. They value that you care. They value your heart. Even as I'm saying this, my heart is like, it's just like throbbing. Like, you're drawn to them because they see you for who you are, which is this beautiful emotional creature. They see that you have a heart, and you love that they see that you have a heart, if that makes any sense. They literally see you as a son. It's like, here we have somebody who cares. They love that you care. And you love that they love that you care. One card for this relationship, this connection. Queen of Crystals. Oh, I love that. I'll get back to this. This has the capacity to go places. The Queen of Crystals, the Queen of Pentacles here, is something that is long lasting. I feel like regardless of whether you get into a relationship or not, this is a friendship that could last a lifetime because you have similar values and you have things to offer each other. You nurture something very practical within each other, and it's very grounding as well. You bring each other back to who you are meant to be, is what I'm hearing. It's very beautiful energy. Okay, and then not gonna lie, pile 5, I feel like this person's gonna try to romance you because, like, as I'm reading these tarot cards, I'm getting just a little I don't even know how to, a little, not embarrassed, but just cherished. I don't know. I've been speaking a lot of Spanish the past few days, so I think I forgot my English a little bit. Yeah, this person, you guys are going to give each other butterflies in a good way, okay, something we need to know about this connection. 8 of Crystals. Like I said, it's going to be long lasting. You two may end up working together, or you could create really great things together. The crystals in this in this particular pile. In this deck is Pentacles, and Pentacles is Earth energy, and Earth energy is long lasting. Okay, let's get one more card for something else we need to know about this connection. 6 of Wands, victory. You both are going to feel like you finally found somebody that you can understand, or that you can really rely on. I feel like there's a meeting of the minds, and there's a meeting of... There's just something here that works. You're both very drawn to each other because look at how this lady is looking at this particular crystal. This is your person, your panther person, looking at you thinking, wow, I found something very rare. And here is this crystal above the Queen of Crystals, above the Queen of Pentacles here. Quite literally, they see you as a queen. You might have a combination of water and earth within your chart, or you could just have a combination of practicality and emotion. And they truly value this as somebody, because I feel like your panther person is very much in their mind a lot. They value the groundedness that you bring to them. They value your input. They value that you're even very practical thinking, because I feel like you come from a very different way of thinking than they do, but you have similar passions. And that's what drives the both of you to I'm hearing to be together, but to also see something fulfilled. I feel like they could take you on for a project, and then that's part of how they get to know you a little bit more. I could definitely see this being like a co-workers to lovers kind of thing. And it's kind of odd that I'm saying that as well. Back to the deck energy, and I feel the need to point this out, pile 5. 7 of Swords, and that's typically deception, because I feel like some of you may think that this person is just playing you, or that they're just trying to charm you, or that they're just, you know, trying to get into... You feel like there's deception at play here, but what's underneath that? 6 of Crystals, 6 of Pentacles. This is actually a very good give and take within this connection. And I feel like you're at the very beginning stages of this, so I'm not seeing a lot about the future, except that it could... Ooh, awakening, judgment. It's going to transform the both of you. So I do see this connection lasting quite a long time. This is definitely going to start off as a friendship or a slow burn, should it evolve into anything else. But I'm not really seeing that right now. I'm not seeing too much of it. And I feel like this is just spirit saying, take this day by day. Allow yourself to be surprised. Because you already feel the goodness within this connection. Allow yourself to be surprised by this person. Allow them to take you on this journey. I feel nothing but good energy from this. So allow yourself to be surprised. But let's move on to your closing advice. Yeah, this is really beautiful energy. Allow yourself to be cherished. Allow them to pursue you. I am hearing, because I saw a lot of Queen energy, take on the passive role here. Don't feel the need that you have to do much. And I feel like a lot of you don't. Even though you are at this reading, you're just like, this is the most I'll do. Fair. That's fair. I'm going to start with the Let Go Oracle, or the Let Go cards from Akal Pritam. What do you need to let go? I'm hearing to get 2 more. So let's start with this one. You are royal. You are sovereign. Honor this and let go of those who do not acknowledge it. I feel like some of you may have recently let somebody go, whether that's a relationship or friends or just people who are not valuing you in some way, shape, or form. It could be a workplace situation as well. We also have this card. And she's on a swing. That's very lovely. With little hibiscus flowers up here. I love hibiscus. Your mind is a recorder. Let go of all negative, unkind replays and replace them with elevated sounds. This goes along with that 7 of Swords energy. If there's like a replay button of like the times that you have been hurt in the past or that you have been lied to, let that go. Not everybody who's coming into your life is here to get something out of you. They're not all trying to play you, pile 5. And I feel like that's something you will learn within this particular connection. And one more card. Oh, lovely. She's wearing a little crown, which makes me think of the crown chakra. Let go of any negativity and walk tall. Decorate yourself with grace and make it your reality. What I'm getting is that some of you might be going through a bit of a glow up. Maybe you're deciding to do more for your beauty routine. Maybe you're changing up your makeup or your self-care ritual, or I don't know, something here about you glowing. And I feel like it happens in conjunction with this. You're not going out of your way to do it, but it's like it's going to happen around this time, or they might say something about that, or they might, I'm hearing they might treat you out to something like that, which is very interesting. Maybe for your birthday, for what I'm hearing is that like for a birthday or for some kind of event, or maybe like the holiday, something where it makes sense for them to give you a gift. They might gift you the gift of like pampering yourself because you work so hard, which is very cute. Like this person will low-key try to spoil you. But they're going to try to make it seem like, oh, it's no big deal. I just heard it's your birthday, so here. It's a gift card to a massage or something. It's very cute. This person is going to try and be sneaky. I'm not going to lie. That could be another reason why the 7 of Swords came out. So they're not lying, but they are trying to, you know, they're going to think they're slick. They're going to try to be slick, essentially. Okay, let's get some. These are the Cupid Says Oracle cards. These are messages from your person's higher self. We have, this was meant to be. Yeah, regardless of where this connection goes, it was meant to be. You were meant to learn something from them. You were meant to inspire each other as well. Be patient. It will take some time. We did have a lot of earth energy in the tarot. No more secrets. I'm hearing they don't really have a lot of secrets. They're going to try to be transparent. If there are secrets, it's because they don't want to come on too strong. I feel like they don't want to scare you away. After all, they are that panther energy. And panthers can be scary. Or at least they know they can come on too strong. Or, yeah, there's something delicate here that they want to approach in a very particular way. You also have, I know it's love, but this stupid but. I feel like some of you are going to have doubts. And that's fine. Take it slowly. Take it slowly. Take the precautions. Be okay. Just don't write this off right away because you feel they're just another person who's there to play you. I'm so excited for our future. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's your person coming through. Like they want to know where this is going to go, and they want to know what they're going to see you do. I'm really sorry. I'm seeing this as you, pile 5, because I'm not sure who it is putting the brakes on this. It could be you, it could be them. I feel like somebody here wants to take it faster than it should be. So I'm not sure who it is. I'm going to get one more card in the back of the deck. Keep your head up and look forward. Yeah. Keep your head up, look forward, look toward the future. Oh, back of the deck. I am yours. Oh my god, your person. This is so cute, pile 5. Your person is just smitten, quite honestly, which is interesting because I feel like a lot of people like them, but they just like you, and you're here like, oh, no, I know what this is. But the truth is, I feel like they're going to try to be as genuine and honest with you as possible, and they're going to take it slow, maybe because of this, but... Pile 5, if you're ready with this person, like, I give you all my love and blessings because this person is somebody so amazing. And as I'm saying that, well, one, it's 3:33. We're at 33 minutes right now. And then the sun just lit up. And this is beautiful energy, pile 5. I don't know what to tell you, but this is where I leave you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and your person. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.